I owe to God. When something is important enough, you do it.
Sunday, Monday, mega days. Tuesday, Wednesday, mega days. Thursday, Friday, mega days. The
weekend comes. Outside will come. Here's a week for you.
The stars and stripes are shining bright. America is free. The stars and stripes are shining bright. America is free. The stars and stripes are shining bright. The stars and stripes are shining bright. Mega days.
Mega days. Wow, what's up, everybody? Wow, good to see everybody here. Got a raid incoming. The Destroyer's here. What's up? And hello. H Spuds is here, too. We got a big 25 coming in from American Dreamer right away. That means that we got Bellavision already, and I didn't even start the damn Gizzy goal here. So I don't even know how I'm going to do this. So we're now just 75 away from adding the first additional hour, and I didn't even start the goal yet. That's coming in fast and hot and early. Wow, thank you so much, though. Thank you. Who else is here? Let's see. None Your Business is here. Miss Hacker's here. Delay is obvious. Jay Schwartz is here. HJ Remy. Miss Gatlin's here. How you doing? Destroyer of all trolls. Another ISIS leader killed. That's right. Another one down. Another one bites the dust. And another one's gone. Another one's gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, what's up? Everybody's here. You had to turn it down? Okay, I'm sorry. Was it too loud? That was a fun way to start. I did have another one that's really good. Another video that's really, really good. What's up? How you doing? I don't know. You guys want to see another video that's really good? I was worried about this other one because of the music. So I wasn't really sure about playing it because I'll probably have to clip it out later. If you guys want, it's a really, really good one. Hey, what's up, Angela? How you doing? Thanks to everyone who's here. Please, if you're new here, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Yes, everybody wants to hear it. All right, we'll do it then. For you guys, we'll do it. We'll do it. Right.
Sunday, Monday.
Oh. You guys will do it.
That Republican celebrating America.
This is the best spot for a photo.
It's perfect.
Ready?
This is the best.
Look at Dr. Trump there. And that's like was it a retard missile from with Tim Walsh on it? What's up, everybody? Is this what hate watching is? I don't know if this is hate watching, but this is this is I don't know if this is hate watching. Do you hate it? If only there was really a cure for TDS, it would be nice if there was a cure or something. The cure is that intelligence was the cure. So thanks for everybody who is here. That's right. Slap that like button. Please do it. Please check out the like button. Hit it. Do what you got to do. All right. Messed that with that. Okay. Let's get into the first news story of the evening. What do you say? With sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. What goes around comes around. Oh, okay. Like boom shakalaka. That's what I said. This is something, all right. It is. It's something. First one was better. Yeah, the first was better, and the second one is gonna not be there on the replay. I love watching what I love, and ripping on what I hate. Very natural. It's not going to be there in the replay. It's going to get cut out because that song is going to get. Hey, what's up, Spuds? Thanks for being here. So you guys get to experience it. So let's go. What do you say? Yes, if you guys notice, Bellavision is already here. Bellavision was hit automatically from a donation of $25 from American Dreamer. So Bellavision's hit, and that means right now we're just 75 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. And the way the show works, it's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours long, something like that, unless we hit the goal, which normally is $100 in total across all platforms. But right now it's 75 because we already got 25 in. And that's YouTube Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships, becoming members on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitch, also Locals Coins, and Cash App, PayPal, Coffee, Ko-Fi, and Super Tips. And speaking of Cash App, someone named Lurch Langer just gave 5 on Cash App. Thank you, Lurch. That means we are now just 70 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. So the show could be as long as you guys want it to be. It could be 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12. You name it. I've got the stories. You got the time and money. It's up to you. Yeah, Bella, great show last night with Rich. Thank you. I'm glad everybody liked it. I'm thinking about maybe everyone. I'm thinking about maybe either like Friday or Saturday nights, maybe doing like a show every week that I bring guests on, maybe. And then during the rest of the week, just do regular shows. I don't know. Whatever you guys think, you let me know in comments or, say something. Not that second emoji. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I know. I get it now. So you guys let me know what you think. Because I know last night I thought went great. We worked well together. Me and Rich went back and forth really well. We went through the topics good. But sometimes you bring a guest on and maybe it doesn't really work for the flow of the show and people might not like it. So let me know. Let me know. So President Trump on Wednesday said he's instructed the Department of Justice. Oh, yes, this is very important. They've instructed the Department of Justice to investigate oil companies over high gasoline prices. Because you guys know, are you guys aware where oil is right now? Because this is where oil's at right now. It's in the 60s, folks. 69.86 is where it closed at today. That's very interesting, isn't it? That's below 70. That means that we should be having gas prices around $3 a gallon right now. That's where gas should be. At 70, that's $3 a gallon. So, Trump said today not low enough. No, it's not low enough. It's not, and it needs to get corrected. It really does. What is happening? I thought I already got that. Anyway, thank you. He is investigating. Yes, they're going to investigate it. Yeah, it's $3.99 in New Jersey. Well, it should, that's what I'm saying. But at $70 a barrel, it should be $3 or less. Like usually when it was $70 a barrel previously, 10, 20 years ago, it was under $3 a gallon in Illinois. So it always falls slower than it rises, Gert. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So that's where we're at. So gas is falling. So in a Truth Social post, Trump said that oil companies have not lowered their prices at the pump despite a recent decline in crude prices following the U.S.-Iran agreement. The prices are dropping those prices are dropping like a rock. In other words, customers are being gouged. Gas prices better start going down a lot faster than what I'm seeing, which is true. As soon as oil prices go up, they raise the price, but then they're slow to lower them. It can't be that way. It can't. They should go up. They should decrease at the same rate they rose. What is the current price per barrel? $69.87. $69.87. I just showed it. $69.87. Brent crude fell below 77 on Wednesday, while West Texas futures dropped to 72.29. They're actually, they're 69, dude. That was on when that was that's not true. This story was written before the prices dropped even further. So the average price of gas stood at $3.93 on June 23rd. The gas price was $4.53 a month ago. AAA said it observed gas prices remain above their levels before the conflict with Iran erupted in February. The national average for regular gas was $2.98 on February 28th, which that's what it should be right now. It should be $2.98. There's really no reason for it to be any higher. You have to sell the gas you paid more for first, or you lose money. I understand, but they raise the prices immediately, though. That's the thing. They don't worry about it. Even though they paid a lower price for the gas that they're selling, they raise the prices, which they should only raise it when they get new gas in that they paid a higher price for. I don't know. Each delivery station will get the prices, will go lower. That old gas, a recuperation price bill into it. Okay. Hey, what's up, Derek? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. D-Dot says, why I'm in this chat? Who the hell is this guy? My name is Jim, and I'm here to tell you the news. That's who I am. And I hope you'll stick around and check out the show, because a lot of people tell me that I'm a very handsome and well-spoken man who's not too stupid. I don't know. Do those three things go together? Supposedly on the YouTubes, it's a big seller. You're in MAGA hell. Oh my God. I'm sorry to hear you feel that way. I'm sorry to hear you feel that way. It's we take all comers here. We're not an exclusive group. We like all types of music, country and Western. That's right. Jim is my eye candy. Well, thank you. Getting prices back down to their pre-war levels will take longer because of the time it takes to resume shipping and production, says a public affairs official for AAA. The United States and Iran signed a memorandum of understanding last week to end the war. Under the agreement, the Strait of Hormuz would be fully reopened, and Tehran will not procure or develop a nuclear weapon. I was in the business. If you don't raise it right away, you work to sell your inventory and then can't even replace it, much less pay overhead. Okay. So Energy Secretary Chris Wright said that commercial shipping traffic has returned to normal levels and that Americans should expect further declines in oil, gas, and other energy prices as traffic resumed. Well, I hope so. I hope everything comes down. Our electric prices need to come down. Our gas, like not just gasoline, but our natural gas prices for those of you who use natural gas for heating and doing stuff. Flows of oil and natural gas through the straits have already returned to normal, and they will continue that way, whatever happens with the negotiations with the Iranians. So, Secretary General Arsenio Dominguez, I wonder if he's related to Arsenio Hall. That's a joke. I know he's not. Said that more than 11,000 seafarers stranded in the region due to the war could be evacuated under a coordinated effort with Iran. Oh. Oman and other coastal states, the United States, and the Maritime Ministry following U.S. deal. So they're going to get them all out, all the people stranded. I thought they would have already been out. There was no reason for them to still be there. They could have got them out already. Seems kind of dumb. We've secured the necessary safety guidelines and guarantees, and we have thoroughly verified the conditions for safe navigation, says that guy. Iran previously blocked traffic in the Strait, a critical waterway, which we know, which I've still someone needs to explain to me, maybe, I don't know why, that how they were able to block it when they don't have a Navy or an Air Force. I know it's like, they can shoot missiles and drones and stuff, but we should have the ability to shoot those down and stop them. Yes. 3,000 subs. What are you laughing about? I'm just starting out here, man. I'm just a new channel. I'm just a baby channel, just starting out. You should, you should feel, take pity on me. Give me your pointers. You're such a good expert at it, President Trump instructs the DOJ to look at possible gas price gouging, which is interesting. So normally it would be like there was a lot of people in California saying it was price gouging until they said, no, our gas prices are just because of all the taxes. This is a little bit of a different thing there. So the oil prices come as a drop with the memorandum of understanding. So we understand that. Oil prices dropping like a rock. Customers are being gouged. The big oil companies are not driving their prices. Well, we'll see. I mean, I think this is just him trying to put pressure on people, telling them to not screw around. You know, that's what I think this is. This isn't like somebody had to have explained it to him that it takes a little while for, you know, forward-looking things. Looky there. Jim has all the latest news for you. I try. It's the cool peeps room. It is. Can a moose be a hormoose? Well, yeah, it depends on if she, you know, if it, you know, like, have you ever seen that documentary called Rocky and Bullwinkle? Rocky was Bullwinkle's pimp. Just saying. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. We'll keep an eye on it. I have a feeling that this is going to change. You know, customers are being gouged. Well, Trump orders a probe into the oil firms. You know, that's basically everywhere. This story is everywhere. Trump says he's ordered DOJ to probe gas price gouging. So that will be an interesting thing. If anything comes of it, it could just be a way to put a little pressure to maybe make them do it a little faster. Natasha and Boris, yes. Rocky the squirrel, yeah. See, now we hunt moose and squirrel. Yes. See, he's gone for 30 minutes. It makes so much sense now. It does. All right. And then, so we'll keep an eye on it. And then the next story, let's say it. Let's see this next story. So the Senate pretty much adopted, you guys might have heard, a couple RINOs, 4 to be exact, joined with all the demon rats to pass a symbolic rebuke of Trump, even though it's meaningless because they have no power to do it. This is like a constitutional thing. The president controls the military. They can't tell the president what to do. They're not the president's boss. They have the power of the purse, and they have the power to declare war. But other than it being like, this is like a military action that the president can do to defend the United States. He has a responsibility to do it. This thing that they passed, the president doesn't have to sign it. He can veto it. It's like they don't have like unilateral authority to say like, 51 senators said something, so you got to do it, president. It doesn't really work that way. Oh, look at this. We got another free gifted membership from American Dreamer. Thank you. Wow. Super generous. It says that Tay Logan, 5826, became a member of the JimSomniacs. Thank you, American Dreamer, for bringing Tay Logan, 5826, into the JimSomniacs. That is awesome. And that means, too, that we are now just $64 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you so much. Yes, very nice. Thank you. Dancing far black ladies and ads. Who would have thunk it? What? There was an ad. I didn't even notice the ad. I'm sorry. So, is there? I don't know. Am I going to have to?
What did the president say about that amid uncertainty around the status of the strait?
Very neurotic person.
Yeah, Juliet, I thought it was especially poignant considering we're at a truck manufacturing plant here in the Lehigh Valley. It's one of the issues that the president really underscored, and he said the reason as to why he felt it was a necessary move to take military operations to Iran is to ensure that it didn't have the capabilities to extend its nuclear capabilities. I have to point out, though, that gas prices currently, the national average is about $3.93. That's nearly $1 higher than what it was before the start of this conflict. CBS News polling also shows that many Americans believe that those prices will continue to go down despite the uncertainty surrounding the strait. The president painted a picture that he has this war under control. Negotiations are going smoothly, despite the fact that there are conflicting messages, not just coming out of Iranian negotiators and Iranian state media, but also Israel. Really big sticking point to these negotiations have been the continued fighting happening in Lebanon between Hezbollah and Israel. So as we continue to watch where those things stand as it relates to these peace talks, the president is continuing to make the rounds by suggesting or implying that they're on the way to a lasting peace deal, and some of the initial constraints and the.
So what do we think? Do we think that this is another gay black man that's a newscaster? I'm just wondering, because I'm like 50-50. I mean, 50% of me says, well, they wouldn't have gave him the job if he wasn't gay. But he doesn't really have the lisp that I'm looking for when I would say, I don't know. You think so? Yeah. Never trust the news. I don't trust the news. I'm just like, I listen to what they say, and then I try to figure out what the truth is, what they're lying to us about.
Downfalls to this war, be it through oil prices, is a temporary pain that is on its way to being corrected, according to the president, Julio.
And Torian, I want to get to this because breaking just moments ago, the Senate passed the Iran War Powers Resolution. So what does that mean for this war?
We'll have to point out that this is largely ceremonial. It's not necessarily a bill that holds teeth, considering it's a concurrent resolution passed from the House. I also have to underscore the fact that the part of the reason why this was able to pass is because two senators, including Senator McCormick, who is at this rally today, was not present to vote against it. Senator Mitch McConnell is the other vote who was absent for health reasons. But notable, we saw a number of Republicans joining with Democrats in passing this measure. Senators Rand Paul of Kentucky, Senator Bill Cassidy, Senator Collins of Maine, and Lisa Murkowski of Arkansas, or Alaska, rather.
But I was told that John Fetterman voted with the Republicans against the War Powers Resolution. So I'm confused as to how. I'm confused at the total, because they said it was 50-48. And there was two people missing, but there's one empty seat. So somewhere somebody's math is off, because there's still an empty seat. Mark Wayne Mullen's seat, his Oklahoma seat. There's only 99 senators. There's an empty seat. So I don't know. I don't know how this is their math is adding up. Something doesn't make sense. They're saying that because Mitch McConnell wasn't there and because Dan McCormick wasn't there, they were able to pass this. But that would be 100 if it was a 50-48. So it had to have been 49-47 or something like that, or 49-48 or something. Now, McConnell was absent, and so was Dan McCormick, but it was like 50-48 or something. Something doesn't make sense. That's all. Something doesn't make sense. Almost 2 million subs. Who's got 2 million subs? Wow. Blacks are what proportion of population, what portion of media doesn't seem very equitable. They are a very, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's a very high portion of what we see on the news media. Because they're like 12 to 13% of the population. So I don't know. I mean, we should see a hell of a lot more Hispanic news broadcasters, because I believe the Hispanic population has like blown past. It's almost double the African American population. So you don't understand that? Everyone has covered it. Math ain't mathin'. Well, that's what I'm saying. There's only 99 senators right now. So there had to have been it would have to have been like an odd number of total. So it couldn't, if two guys missed, there should be a one odd number. So 50-48 makes no sense. It should have been like 49-48. something. We should see way more Hispanic newscasters. No, that's what I'm saying. We should. If it, population-wise, we should. I mean, we should. I'm just saying it way more than you should see more Hispanic newscasters than you do black newscasters. You should. But I don't know. Maybe they're only on like Telemundo or whatever it is, other stuff. Worldwide, white people make up 11% of the population. Yeah, but I know we are a minority in the world, but in the United States, you know, talking about BJ Armstrong, the 3-point shooter from the Bulls. AI says 15.2%. Wow. Okay. Maybe from new arrivals.
To say, though, again, this is just a symbolic rebuke from Congress that they do not align with the president's handling of the war as it stands. But again, no real law, enforceable law, can come out of that bill.
And Tori,
okay. So even this guy just admitted that this whole thing about the Senate stops Trump's war. You know, Armstrong. Oh wait, there is a new. They did get a new Oklahoma senator, Armstrong. Oh, okay. My bad then. Alan Armstrong temporarily sitting in for Mullen. Okay, I did not know. I didn't know they appointed one. I thought, for some reason, I thought they had to go to an election or something in Oklahoma. Maybe I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. DEI is the reason well-spoken black men, somebody said. Okay. It all means nothing. The War Powers Act is the law unconstitutional. Yeah, as what to challenge in court or revoked by Congress, or which Trump can still veto. Yeah, well, that's what this guy even just said it. It's a completely symbolic measure. There's no teeth to it. There's not anything they can do about it. They can just say, hey, we don't want you doing this. It doesn't really matter.
You're there. The president is speaking, obviously, and he's there to tout his economic agenda. So what else did he have to say?
Yeah, under the backdrop of America 250 being around the corner, he really wanted to underline the fact that this administration, as part of his campaign promises, has been for these blue-collar workers, for bringing back manufacturing. He also pointed out or highlighted that U.S. steel plant staying in Pittsburgh is part of a deal that he negotiated. But he ultimately, though, said that this legislative or
nobody has said what's wrong with Mitch. I think he's been dead for a while, and they've just been basically a weekend at Bernieing him. They've been basically doing the Mitch what they did to Jimmy Carter, you know, and like not kind of Biden-esque, but Mitch is like Mitch has been in the hospital for a week now. If we got rid of 3.5% of our population, we can end 50% of violent crime. Isn't that crazy? It's actually, you know what it is? I think it's actually, KB, and I think it's even less than that. I think it's like they know that it's like 1% of the population commits like 60% of the crimes. It's crazy. Mitch is the new Feinstein. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Each state fills vacancies differently for each houses of Congress. Well, no state can appoint someone to the House. The House has to have a special election. The Senate is only different because of the states decide how they do the Senate elections. But the House of Representatives, there is no state that someone gets appointed to the House. It's only the Senate. You were being generous. Okay. A little too generous. Dianne Feinstein is equal to Mitch McConnell.
Economic agenda, this part of legislative plan that he has would be moot without the numbers in the House that they have, the Republican Party has. So he made the case, or made it clear, that he's here in part to also campaign for Republican Congressman Ryan McKenzie, who's in a tough re-election campaign against Bob Brooks, the Democratic nominee. This race has...
Yes, there was a lady congresswoman who was in the hospital and nobody knew about it. Like, nobody knew where she was. Nobody knew anything. She just wasn't there. And somebody somehow was voting for her while she was in the hospital. That's odd because, Nancy Pelosi had set up the vote by what's it called? Proxy vote. And I think they're still doing it. Yeah, Jim's right. It's like 1 to 1.5%. Yeah, it's like very low. And it's like 60 to 70% of the crime is committed by like 1%, 1.5%. Not Maxine Waters. It was somebody, yeah, memory care in Texas. It was somebody in like a memory care, like she was having like it wasn't Maxine Waters. It was somebody I don't even know the name. You just hate the 13 to 50%. I get you. I get you. I'm with you.
Been rated by CBS News as a true toss-up. It's one of many races around the country, but especially in Pennsylvania, the Democrats are looking to flip them.
Okay, but the Democrats are looking to flip. We know they're looking to flip. So, Senate approved the House passed resolution aimed at reining in the president on Iran. It's the first time that such a measure has made it through both chambers and signifying a rare rebuke of the president's handling of the conflict. No, not Feinstein. Not Feinstein. It's a congresswoman. It's a congresswoman. I don't know. There's another congressman that was ill, but everyone knew about him. Missing Texas Rep. Kay Granger is living in a retirement community. Yeah. There. This was back in 20. This was a while ago. So Kay Granger, who missed 6 months of key House votes, found living in a retirement community that specializes in memory care. This was during during when Biden was president and when they were doing proxy votes and stuff like that. And, nobody knew nothing about it. This is just what's crazy. Yeah. She was worried right there. She was getting out. This is a very, very candid photo of her when she was getting out of her car and she saw Hakeem Jeffries. And so she just grabbed her purse. Yeah. Kay Granger. Yeah. So, in a 50 to 48 vote for Republicans, Susan Collins of Maine and Bill Cassidy of Louisiana and Lisa Murkowski. Of course, it's Lisa Murkowski, all right, and Susan Collins. But Bill Cassidy, that's why you got primaried, scum. You're scum. You're scum. Go away, scum. Rand Paul is going to vote against any war. Rand Paul, that's his deal. That's what he does. But Murkowski, she's got to go too, man. These people got to go. And 2 Republicans were missing and did not vote, Mitch McConnell and Dave McCormick. The resolution directs the president to remove United States armed forces from hostilities unless Congress declares war, blah, blah, blah. The war powers resolution says the president must withdraw forces if Congress directs so by concurrent resolution. But the resolution will likely be largely symbolic since the administration argues U.S. forces are not currently engaged in hostilities. Some administration officials have also said the war powers resolution is unconstitutional. That would be every administration official from every president since the one who signed it into law. Everyone since Nixon has said it's unconstitutional. Hey, look at this. We got 10 from Fletcher. Boy, late fee. Thank you, Fletcher. Wow, that means, folks, we are now just $54 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you all so much for being so super generous tonight. Looks like we're going to get some extra time tonight at the pace we're going. That's my purse. I don't know you. Exactly. That's how you got to act, though. Hakeem realizes he's not Obama. Yeah. Hey, Glenn Croy, thanks for being here. Same thing to you, Ken Krause. Awesome to have you. Oh, fireworks. President Trump disgraced RINO Bill Cassidy. Ooh, that's something I'm going to want to see. Thank you. So then we'll jump over here to the Federalists and hear what they have to say, because they're like, Senate RINOs too busy scolding Trump to pass voter ID bill. Yeah, I got this story. This story's in the stack. It's part of it's in there. But thank you. It's too bad Senate RINOs aren't as passionate about election integrity as they are about tying the hands of the nation's commander in chief. But here we go. 4 GOP senators stood with the demon rats in voting for a House resolution telling the president to remove U.S. military from the war, the ceasefire in Iran. My thumbs went up all the way to 11. Well, thank you. T-Boo Obama makes me laugh. It's a symbolic congressional directive. It's performative. Like most things Congress does. The President, Trump, has no obligation to follow it. The president effectively told Congress to go pound Iranian sand. And Truth Social post, he insists Iran's on the ropes. And the Senate decided to have a poorly timed, meaningless War Powers Act vote, telling number one sponsor of terror in the world that the United States doesn't like what I'm doing to them and I must stop. And by doing so, has provided aid and comfort to the enemy. You know what Lincoln would have done? Lincoln would have started arresting people. Oh, okay. That second one I didn't have, but we will look at that one. So. These senators have just made my job more difficult, but I will get it done anyway. Trump claps back. President Trump fired back at the Senate after a poorly timed War Powers and meaningless War Powers Act resolution. Rep. Keene has been ill and out of the House, but he's been in contact with them. Yes. Frederica Wilson is MIA, may even back in a ditch. I think Frederica Wilson died. Yes, too bad the Senate isn't the president. Jackson would have fueled them at dawn. I think that's supposed to say something else.
I have Iran on the ropes, and the Senate has a meaningless War Powers Act vote giving comfort to the enemy. The Senate made my job more difficult, but I'll get it done because I always get it done.
Dueled them, yes. I thought he was going to say something there at the end. So he expressed similar disappointment following House passage of resolution. Again, 4 Republican grandstanders, including Tom Massey. Democrats are fueled by TDS, and they'd rather our country fail than give me another of many victories. These 4 Republicans, they're just grandstanders. They should be ashamed of themselves. Yes, that was AI. Frederica is alive? Is she? I thought she died. Wait, someone else died then? A different one died. A different one in a black female cowboy hat wearing congressman. First light ceremony is too kind for most of them. Yes. Dueled them. Dueled. Okay, dueled. I get you now. Now I know. That was an in-your-face reply. Yes. As always, you can't get blood from a turnip, and you won't find shame in the shameless. Chuck Schumer of New York and the usual suspects in the corporate media insist that the resolution's passed. It sends a powerful message to the White House. It doesn't. It does, however, send a powerful message to conservative voters tired of feckless GOP-controlled Senate. Once again, Senate RINOs have shown that they're more interested in scolding the president than fighting for his signature election integrity package. Senators Rand Paul, Susan Collins, and Murkowski and Cassidy voted to move a resolution to the floor before siding once more with Democrats on Tuesday. John Fetterman, a better moderate than some of the worst RINOs, joined the rest of the Senate Republicans in voting against the measure. Yeah. Trump works hours past their bedtime and is up before them. Trump gets about 3-4 hours of sleep a day. Yeah. Let's just say one eye first floor, one on second floor. Oh, what's that? Zizzy and Colt members. Wow. Okay, that did. Oh, there it goes. All right. I don't know why Post Millennial always takes so time to load. So Paul has been consistently adamant that the president should not have acted in Iran without congressional approval. The war has been well received by neocons, not so much for many in the MAGA movement. A CBS poll found 78% of voters want the war in Iran to end now, compared to 22% who said the war should continue until Iran makes wider concessions. The poll shows 60% of all Republicans and 56% of MAGA want an end to the hostilities. They didn't poll me. I mean, I want them to shit or get off the pot, either end the war or destroy them completely, or do both. Destroy them and then end it. A list of dead Congress members of 2026 so far: David Scott, Doug LaMalfa, Jerry Conley, Raul Gravaglia, and Sylvester Turner. Should be like Jackson and tell the courts to try to enforce your decision with Marines standing behind him. Yeah, that's what you do. Like, oh, you made your ruling, now enforce it. That's what he told him. That's what Andrew Stonewall Jackson says. Oh, yeah, okay. The Supreme Court's made its ruling now. Let's see him enforce it. Yes, MAGA loves President Trump. They lie. They didn't poll you either. Wipe them out, all of them. Darth Sidious. Yes. Sometimes I think the emperor, had a point. The no poll list at Bainham Shills. Oh, definitely. So, all that said, the vast majority of Americans support the SAVE Act, Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act. But leadership, Republican-controlled Senate doesn't seem interested in passing it. Murkowski has been dead set against the SAVE Act from the get-go. The extremely popular voter verification bill would require proof of U.S. citizenship to register to vote. But, Murkowski has been a perfect Democrat on the subject, using the same inane fear-mongering as the left in her opposition. Supported, who's the key component is supported by north of 80% of Americans. That's insane. Something that more than 80% of Americans supports that people are against. That's crazy. I mean, that's insane. I don't know how they can get away with it. I don't know how they can get away with doing that stuff. Oh, look at this. We got another gifted member from American Dreamer. American Dreamer. Thank you. Wow. That means now we are just $48 away. We're more than halfway there, folks, from adding a first additional hour to the show. And that also means that there's a new member of the JimSomniacs. It says that love is a verb. Love is a verb is now a member of the JimSomniacs thanks to American Dreamer. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome. Love is a verb. So Collins and Murkowski joined the Trump haters, Tom Tillis and swamp creature Mitch McConnell, in voting against the Senate measure in April that would have attempted to include the SAVE Act in a budget bill through reconciliation, a lower passage threshold than the usual 60 votes. Why can't PAC Hacker get a membership? I don't know. I don't know. John Thune and his leadership team have at best offered half-hearted efforts to get it across the finish line. In March, Republicans launched a pathetic attempt to hold a floor vote to encourage Democrats to give in. It proved as lame as Thune's leadership has been. The charade quickly fell apart. Conservatives, including Senators Ron Johnson, Rick Scott, have called for nuking the filibuster to pass the bill. They and Paul have pushed the idea of at least taking a Senate test vote to call Democrats bluff, believing that Dems will kill the filibuster as soon as they're back in power. Thune recently insisted again that he doesn't have the votes in his conference to go nuclear. The only way to get it is done to nuke the filibuster, and that's not something we have anywhere close to the votes to do. Democrats sided with the IRGC. Yes, they did. Usually hits when not watching these days. Yeah, it usually does. He said the same thing about the talking filibuster, which would force Democrats to continuously debate the bill to prevent a vote on breaking the filibuster. The tactic would require senators to work more than 3.5 days a week, a non-starter for many. That's right, a non-starter for many. Like asking them to work more than 3.5 days a week. Wow, it's crazy. Saving the SAVE Act better be a priority for Senate GOP majority, or they'll lose power Trump delivered to them in the 2024 elections. They better get on the ball, or the ones that are going to cost us the midterms. Senator Mike Lee told Shannon Bream that the Senate needs to be willing to do the hard work to make sure the bill passes. If we put it on the floor tomorrow and we announce that we're going to debate until it passes, I'm confident we can get there. That's the thing. But to do it, then they can't do anything else, which I don't even know why they're worried about doing anything else if they can't get this done.
It's important, Shannon, to remember that the original Save America Act, the one that was passed by the House of Representatives, does have simple majority support in the Senate. Now, while that's true, we're 10 votes shy of cloture, of forcing debate to a close. That doesn't mean that we couldn't pass it. There are a couple ways to get there. One would be nuking the filibuster, as you pointed out, that appears not likely to happen. But the other way is to exhaust the other side, to continue to debate the bill until it passes. This was a common procedure in the Senate for most of its existence. It needs to be used from time to time in situations like this one. Look, the American people overwhelmingly support this, Republicans, Democrats alike. We're talking about 3 out of 4 Americans, regardless of political party, want to make it easy to vote, hard to cheat. That's what the House Passed Save America Act does. And the Senate needs to be willing to do the hard work to make sure that that happens. If we put it on the floor tomorrow and we announce that we're going to debate it until it passes, I'm confident that we can get there.
Yes. Glenn Croy makes a good point here. They don't care. They will try to weather the storm of primaries and wait out Trump's turn so their cronies can all circle back up and keep the grift going. And I don't want anyone to cheat. I don't. Doing as a RINO. Yes, he is. I don't want anyone to cheat. I want it to be all free and fair. Like, I firmly believe if everything was free and fair, that Democrats would be like a severe minority party, like talking like, maybe like 40 seats in the Senate, if that, maybe less, if there was no cheating. Oh man, I didn't know Bella's camera got her all cut off. Let me sorry guys, I didn't even notice that. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Did you see Scott Plesser declare a war on Thune? Well, I'm glad. Somebody needs to do something with them, because it's just not what's going on is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. There's Bella girl. There she is. That's better. We're going to win in November and they can F off. I was once a puppeteer of America. My name came before Hence's in the directory for alphabetical reasons. Wow, that's cool. That's amazing, Pat. That's awesome. For some RINOs like Murkowski, Collins, and Tillis, hard work is for punching the president, not protecting elections. Wow, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. I mean, and it's just basically, Senate passes meaningless Iran resolution. That's it. That's the bottom line. So, all right. And on to the next story here. We got the U.S. forces kill senior ISIS leader in Syria. So there's still senior ISIS leaders in Syria. We want it fair, but they definitely don't, Jim. They have to cover up their fraud and theft. Oh, I know. They do. That's what they got to do. That's and it's not just, there's RINOs that are just as fraudulent and just as slimy. Yes. If you didn't know this, RINOs want Democrats to be in power. Think about why that is. Well, because they can steal money and they get payoffs and stuff. That's why. Yeah. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, or me outside. Yeah. Well, okay. All right. A U.S. airstrike last week in Syria killed a top ISIS leader, says CENTCOM. Oh, what's up, Christine? Hey, all. I think Trump did the right thing by not signing the bipartisan housing bill. If we don't fix elections with the SAVE Act, nothing else matters. Check Cash App, Jim. Okay, we'll do. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much. For thanks, Jim. Well, thank you, Christine. Thank you so much for the 20. Wow. Wow, that's with that, folks. That means we're just that closer. We're now just $28 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Wow, we're almost 75% of the way there. 2/3 of the way there, just about. Thank you so much. Do I have anything about the earthquake in Venezuela? I did not. When did it happen? Today? I mean, I didn't see anything. Nothing popped up in any of the news feeds I want to monitor. So CENTCOM forces conducted an airstrike in Syria, resulting in the death of a senior ISIS leader. A precision strike killed Ali Husseini al-Ulawayi and is part of the ongoing U.S. effort to disrupt and eliminate terrorists seeking to attack Americans abroad or at the U.S. homeland. We took out the Syrian president. That would be funny, since the guy said he doesn't want to do what Trump wants him to do in Lebanon. Was there a quake in Northern California? I hope not. What did you miss? The Senate passed a useless bill that does nothing on war powers and gas prices. Trump is launching investigations into the oil companies and gas companies for not lowering prices fast enough because oil settled below $70. So it's still declining. 3.7 earthquake. Assad is not as bad as said. Yeah, Assad. No, I didn't think Assad was that bad. People, like earthquakes. Okay. We'll look at this. A 7.5 in Venezuela. We'll look at that in 1 second. Let me finish this. So, CENTCOM and our partners remain committed to rooting out the remaining elements of ISIS, the remnants of ISIS, which is good. 7.1 to 7.4. Sorry, there was 2 earthquakes. It happened at 6:04 p.m. We will continue to defend the U.S. homeland, our service members, and allies. The Middle East is not the only area where American military has been active lately. Sorry. They conducted a deadly strike that killed 3 narco-terrorists on June 18th. Intelligence confirmed the vessel was transiting along narco-terror routes. I think we talked about this already yesterday or the other day. So that's it. So that's it on the killing of the terrorists. This is talking about narco-terrorists. So that's good. That's good. So this is about the earthquake. So it says there was a 7.5, 23 miles southeast of Yumare, Venezuela. So it's saying there's a very high chance, a 44% chance of fatalities between 10,000 and 100,000. What? And economic losses between 10 and $100 million. Wow. That's a lot of issues. This is the shake map where people would have felt it very strong. So like up here, looks like Caracas would have been moderate. They would have felt it moderately almost or something in Caracas, like strong to moderate. So these people would have felt it pretty big city. So it could have done a lot of damage. Could have done quite a bit of damage. Could have done quite a bit of damage. Before you see the thumbnail, take a guess. Carnival cruise passenger banned over Miami brawl that sent luggage flying. Oh, I can guess, and I know who that is. I don't even have to guess. You said Carnival cruise. That's all that matters. Hold on, I got to move a couple tabs over. Sorry. I'm reallocating tabs. All righty. All right, here we go. So a 17-year-old French teen was beaten into a coma by a group of North African migrants and died from his injuries. Wow, you don't say. Oh, I saw this already. Yeah, this is horrible. That's horrible. That is horrible. That is horrible. According to French outlet Le Independent, El Independent, is it Le Independent? Or is it just El Independent? I don't know. I think Le Independent would be LE, right? So the victim, who's been identified as Louis, was attacked on June 19th and left outside a construction site. Authorities allege that 5 individuals were involved, 3 of whom are minors. VisitGuard reports the attackers were North African migrants. Hey, Doc, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Z is Winnie the Pooh. That's right. Z is Winnie the Pooh. Guam tipping over, at least out of our worries at that point. Yes, well, That's Senate. That was a Congressman Ron Johnson said that. I believe, or no, is it Ron Johnson? Or Congressman Johnson, maybe his name. No, Senator's Ron Johnson. I don't know his first name, but it's a Congressman Johnson from Alabama or somewhere, or Louisiana, or some southern state. I can't remember. So a video filmed by the attacker shows the brutal beating, with the men slamming Louis' head and fist with their fists and feet, and left him lying there when they went through. When they were through and walked away, he was found critically injured. Not Ron. Yeah, it's Hank Johnson. Hank Johnson. Sorry, from Georgia. Yeah. Hank Johnson. Louis suffered from severe injuries and remained in a coma, induced coma for several days before succumbing to his injuries. We have more than one Doc. Yeah, we have Doc Blaylock, and then we have just Doc. My reservation is 5,000 members worldwide, so out of 5 tries, 5,000 of us left. You guys need to start multiplying. You guys start, expanding, making babies. The Narbonne prosecutor's office said the death occurred while the 5 suspects were being presented before an investigating judge, meaning the judge was not yet aware of the victim had died. Prosecutors have not publicly disclosed a motive for the attack. Smedley Butler was right. Oh, yes. Smedley Butler. Look what they tried to do to Smedley. You love America enough to be at J6. We thank you. We thank you. Authorities have yet to confirm claims regarding their immigration status. According to the prosecutors, Louis was living in a foster home after being placed under the care of CPS, Child Protective Services. Investigators also reviewed the footage. It was recorded by one of the suspects and posted on social media. So not only are they doing this stuff, but they're recording it and putting it on social media. Wow. So tell me how natives genocide and forced onto parcels of land is hood snark. Oh, snarf. All right. Hank Johnson, Georgia, foster child for what the F? What's this? Ukrainian long-range strikes on Russia hitting major natural gas processing plants in Orenburg. Satellite communications occurred overnight. Oh, God. Massive earthquake hits Venezuela. I pulled that up. We looked at, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. We'll jump to that in 1 second. That's a lot of damage. So the prosecutor told The Independent that the case is a rare violence that has deeply affected the criminal investigation officers in the district, especially since the victim was so young. So it's rare, they're saying, very rare that 5 African migrants would beat a white French boy. Wow, that's horrible. All I can say is they need to watch that movie, Citizen Vigilante. So this is the damage. This is crazy. Hey, Doc, what's up? I guess they felt the collapsed buildings in Caracas. Yes, right here. This is what I didn't see this. I just had this. This is crazy. You can see the buildings are like destroyed. Look at this tiki huts knocked down. But look at how much the buildings are all destroyed, like falling apart. Yeah, look at those buildings. It looks like destroyed. I mean, that's crazy. Those buildings are like, they look like they got hit by a 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. It was 2, one after another. Yeah, 7.5 is big. Yeah, 7.5 is very big. When I was in what was it called? It was like the Loma Prieta quake, I think it was. Los Gatos. Is that the right one? Loma Prieta, or is that a different one? The one that was in 89 during the World Series, that the Bay Bridge, part of the Bay Bridge collapsed on top of each other and everything. I was in California. I was in San Jose when that happened, and it bounced me from the house, from wall to wall in the house, like bang, bang, bang. And we had no power for several days and everything. And there was all types of rumors about stuff going on, but it was bad, man. It was bad. That was crazy. This is Venezuela. Are you sure this is not before the picture? Well, I'm not sure of anything. No, the one in it was in like the one that was during the World Series in 1989 was a 7.2 or 7.3 or something like that. It was pretty bad. So, hold on. This is saying a 7.1 rattled New Venezuelan capital, Northridge. Yeah, was it Northridge? No, it was like it was in 1989. It was during the San Francisco Giants were playing in the World Series, the baseball team, and like it started this. So it was I was in it. It was like a 7.2, 7.3, something like that. And like the Bay Bridge, the Oakland Bay Bridge, collapsed and killed people. Section. So, and that was 1989. I was there. I remember it. I was there. I was a young lad. Damage and injuries reported. Well, I would think so.
At most Warby Parker stores, you'll find a magical.
Really? Really? You're going to play an ad after that? Headlines, catch up. So, a strong 7.1 magnitude earthquake rattled across the coast of Venezuela on Wednesday evening, damaging buildings in the capital and triggering a tsunami warning. There's reports of damage and injuries in Caracas, according to authorities. Crews reports damage and injuries responded to collapsed buildings in the areas of Altamira, Polos Grandes, and some damage was reported at the airport, and flights are now suspended. That's crazy.
For you this hour, starting with France, confirming its first Ebola case linked to the ongoing outbreak in the Congo. The patient is a humanitarian doctor who recently returned from the
Loma
epicenter.
Prieta. I thought it was Loma
Officials now
Prieta.
conducting contact tracing, but there's no indication so far that he spread the virus to anyone in France.
It was like centered in Los Gatos, like in the mountains of Los Gatos. Any nation in the Ring of Fire might do well to engage. Japan's architects engineering is very advanced. 6.9 just happened in Japan too. Loma Prieta was a 6.9 to 7.2. Yeah, they said it was higher. They can always change it, and they try to say it was different or whatever. So Northridge was 94. Yeah, but that was Southern California. I was talking about the San Francisco one. We are 100% going to send aid. Probably, definitely, we're going to send people. Yeah. We're going to send stuff to help Venezuela now. Yeah, except for Fukushima. Why didn't Fukushima, wasn't the damage from Fukushima caused by a tidal wave? Not the hurt. Like a wave came in and shut the power off, right? I think so.
And one of the nation's largest school districts banning screen time below second grade. The Los Angeles Unified School District adopting strict new guidelines on how much kids can use tablets, phones, and computers in class, with students through high school being capped on how much they can use tech. Those changes go into effect in the coming school year, and they come amid a nationwide reckoning on tech use in all schools. Also in L.A., mounting air quality concerns as that massive warehouse fire continues to burn. Residents lining up for masks as they wait for things to clear up. It's not the first fire for the facility.
San Francisco was 1989. That's what I said. 1989. I was there. It was like in Los Gatos or something. I think it was Loma Prieta is what they called it, but it was like Los Gatos in the mountains of Los Gatos. And it like the Bay Bridge collapsed on each other, and it was during the World Series. And when the double-decker collapsed, yeah, the Bay Bridge had two layers. One of the layers, like something happened, and they were like precast concrete sections of road, and they just like dropped on top of each other. There's a long tunnel between Caracas and the Caracas airport. If it collapsed, there'd be lots of difficulty getting the support to the city. Wow. Yeah, Battle of the Bay. Yeah, wasn't the Oakland A's against the New York Giants? I think it was, right? Short-sighted design. Yeah. People got crushed. I don't know. This was supposed to have something about the earthquake.
Stores frozen food. The building's solar panels burned 2 years ago, and a fire at the company's location in Washington state also burned for 60 days. And big news about those famous bed.
All right. Well, this had nothing to do with it, you jerks. So here's damage, buildings destroyed. Multiple people reported injured. Crews were working to take people to the hospital. Epicenter of the quake was located in Montalban. Ricardo Montalban. Yes. Welcome to Fantasy Island. 130 miles east of the capital. Wow. That building don't look too good. Wow. Barranca Caracas. Ban Caribe. Picture of Ban Caribe building collapsed after earthquake today, 7.1. Following the quake, a tsunami advisory was issued. Hazardous tsunami waves possible for coasts within 300 kilometers of the quake. Wow. So that's all that they have for that. Let's see. Okay, if we see anything else about this, I'll keep an eye out. Any more news comes across for any of this. All right. Mexico seizes massive 24,000 liter liquid meth stash in Sinaloa cartel raid. Wow. Hey, good evening from the Houston area. Great. Houston area. Thanks. Houston area. Thank you so much, Karen. Not that Karen. Jim is so funny, like being rickrolled by videos. It is. Isn't it terrible? Terrible. Yeah. Rich Corinthian leather. I wish I was in Orange County. Okay. I was in Santa Clara County in San Jose. Oakland Bay Bridge was built with cheap Chinese steel. You lost most of your stuff in the 94 Northridge Quake. Your house was a rental in Reseda, but the furnishings were yours. You left LA in March, moved back to Nashville for good. Wow, Fletcher. Wow. Mox reactors storing spent fuel on the roof. Bad idea. Kids need phones from the 90s. Yeah, they should just have 89 affected. The San Francisco, San Fran, Marina fire, Oakland freeway collapse, Bay Bridge section collapse. Yeah. Ooh, what's this? Denmark to ban the Islamic call to prayer? Time to mass deport all of Mexico's nationals living in the USA to Scheinbaum. Scheinbaum. I agree. Get them all out. Get them all out. Get them all out. Get them all out. So these actions prevent the mass production of synthetic drugs, directly hit the operational and financial capacity of criminal groups. That's a lot of, those are barrels and stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Federal authorities in Mexico seized 24,400 liters of liquid meth in Los Mochis, Sinaloa, during an operation marking what the officials say is the second largest confiscation of its kind in the country's history. Wow. Second largest confiscation in the country's history. The Ministry of National Defense confirmed that the operation, noting it took place between June 19th and 20th, the National Guard led the raid with support of the Mexican Army and personnel from the Federal Attorney General's office. The authorities arrested Jorge N., who was identified as an alleged member of the Pacific Cartel, widely known as the Sinaloa Cartel. He was transferred to FGR custody. Officials said the raid occurred at an agricultural warehouse property in the city located roughly 210 kilometers northwest of Culiacan, the state capital. Inside, federal forces recovered not only the liquid meth, but also large quantities of chemical precursors used in synthetic drug production. Grandkids having fun. You can hear them? Yeah, they're playing and yelling and stuff. Authorities also seized 98,000 liters and 59,000 kilograms of chemical substances linked to drug manufacturing. Security Minister Omar Garcia Harfouk posted details of the operation on X. So I don't read Hispanio. So here's what they found. Well, this is all like chemicals and like gas canisters and 55-gallon drums and big tanks. That's a lot of drugas. This is the guy they arrested. Well, can't see his face though. He said the seizures represent the largest meth bust since the current administration took office. Federal policies focus on dismantling production sites and disrupting supply chains. Oh, look at this. We got a 2 coming in from Lisa Day. Thank you so much for the 2. And for that means we're 26 away, folks. Just 26 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you so much, Lisa. I didn't miss anything, right? No, that was it. Okay. Thank you. Funny enough, this one also happened during a baseball game there. Oof. So President Sheinbaum described Los Moquis seizure as a good seizure during her morning press conference. Okay. Well, that's good. Fireworks as President Trump and disgraced RINO Bill Cassidy get in a shouting match during closed-door Senate GOP lunch. Well, that just proves that Cassidy's a piece of crap. Piece of crap. I wonder if that liquid meth came directly from China. I think the precursors come from China and they make it there, but I don't know though. Fireworks erupted behind closed doors today as President Trump and one of the most notorious RINOs in the Senate, Bill Cassidy, engaged in a yelling match over the latter's backing of a measure to limit his war powers during a 2-hour-long closed-door GOP lunch meeting. As the Gateway Pundit readers will know, Cassidy was one of 4 Republicans to vote to limit Trump's perfectly constitutional powers. The bill passed by a 50-48 margin. Trump also criticized Dave McCormick for missing the vote on the war powers. At one point during the shouting competition, Cassidy stopped calling Trump Mr. President and referred to him as brother. Listen, brother. Cassidy eventually sat down. The Louisiana RINO later spoke to reporters about his argument. As I recall, he did not particularly care for my comments, raised his voice. Cassidy said, I lost my temper. That's not appropriate. Get into a shouting match much with the President of the United States? How stupid. I make no apologies for standing up to the president. I'm sticking up for the American people, even if I'm speaking to the president. Well, it just sounds like you're a jerk. Senator Roger Marshall drew a colorful analogy when confronted by reporters about the blowup. Very much like a hospital board meeting when a bunch of doctors are yelling at each other, but at the end of the day, we'll figure out a way to get along. Voices were raised. I think the vote yesterday on the War Powers Act, the president's very disappointed. Yeah, well, why wouldn't he be? Traitors. Oh, they're opening the National Fair tonight? Is that starting tonight? I'm confused about the goal, 1 of 10. The goal might not be working. You know what I'm saying? Like, the goal doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't really track it properly anymore. But I have it right here. We are currently 26 away from the first additional hour. It's in the bottom scroll. Like, it just doesn't work right. It's been screwed up all the time. Hey, Dan, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, after RINO assholes. That's what I say. So the Post reported Trump additionally urged Republican senators during the meeting to use the so-called talking filibuster to overcome Democrat opposition to the Save America Act. Trump delivers remarks of the Great American Fair. Oh, we're going to have to check that out. That's kind of breaking-ish news. Got to Well, he didn't start talking yet, right? Okay, well, he's not talking yet. Democrats are in meltdown mode because should the measure pass, they will find stealing elections more challenging. That's right. They need to pass it. So we'll so right now it's Department of Transportation Secretary talking, and It's just been some secretaries. Trump hasn't spoke yet, so we'll keep an eye on it. And when Trump goes live, we'll cut to it. We'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep it off to the side. So Denmark, Murkowski was primaried, and we thought she was done. She ran away, and Alaska still elected her. She runs on her daddy's reputation. Yeah, she did. Like, she won somehow on a write-in or something like that. Trump's going to speak at 8:30-ish. Okay. Thanks. No, thank you, Karen. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, I can show you right now. It's
with your friends at Starbucks.
It's Sean Duffy is his name.
Coulter has told them, this is the dumbest advice that they could ever get. What fills the human heart? What gives us purpose?
So that's Sean Duffy talking right now. So we're going to jump to this story here that Denmark moves to ban the Islamic call to prayer nationwide and says it has no place over Danish rooftops. Good. It's about time somebody did this. It's about time. It won't play. It says play. It won't play. I want to play. It's not playing. Huh, I guess it's not playing. So Denmark is moving towards a nationwide ban on Islamic call to prayer, with senior ministers arguing that the public broadcast of the Adhan has no place in the country's soundscape. The proposal has triggered fierce debate over religious freedom. Yeah, Duffy is transportation secretary. Yeah, Department of Transportation. So fierce debate. The proposed ban has become one of the most contentious religious policy discussions in Denmark in recent years. Yes, it should be banned everywhere. It should be banned everywhere. It's disturbing the peace. It should be banned everywhere. Duffy has done his part in making babies. Doesn't he have 7 or 11 kids or something crazy like that? He's got a lot. I know that, 5 or 7 or something or more. You miss Charlie? Oh, everybody misses Charlie. Everybody misses Charlie. Morten Bodsvek, Denmark's business minister and a senior figure in the governing Social Democrats, made the government's position clear in blunt terms. The call to prayer should not be heard over Danish rooftops. It has no place in Denmark. It should not be any doubt whether we've ended up in a suburb of Islamabad when you walk around Denmark. Wow. Sent money in cash for you. Well, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Wow. With that, $6, it means we're now just 20 away, folks. Just 20 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you so much, everybody. Wow, moving right along. Thank you. Christine paid you? 9 kids. Right, 9 kids. Wow, yeah. Chris, I got Christine. That was earlier. Is that what you're talking about? Yes. Thank you so much, Jonathan. So the remarks have drawn attention because they come from a center-left politician rather from the nationalist right. Oh, you're taking off, Glenn? Good night, Ken, Jonna, Karen, Dreamer, and Pat. Have a great night. You're taking off? Hope to see you again back soon. It's always nice to have you in the chat, Glenn. Oh, yeah. I think Bukele locked up his corrupt judges. He did. Only a small number of mosques in Denmark are believed to publicly broadcast the Adhan, making critics question whether the proposed ban addresses a widespread issue or a symbolic concern. Well, how about just get rid of it? It doesn't matter. In parts of the country, including Copenhagen, local bylaws already prevent the call to prayer from being broadcast via loudspeakers mounted on minarets because of strict noise restrictions. Supporters of the national ban say existing municipal rules create inconsistencies. A nationwide law could provide clarity. Critics, however, argue the proposal targets one faith disproportionately. Does any other faith do this? Announce calls to prayers 5 times a day? No. So it's not inconsistent. Why Denmark's constitution could complicate the proposed ban. Any attempt to enact a nationwide ban may face significant legal hurdles because Denmark's constitution protects the right to public worship, making an outright prohibition subject to legal challenge. This is not about them worshiping. This is about them doing a call to worship. They're not stopped from worshiping. They're stopped from, hey, Redneck Renegade, awesome to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. The call to prayer is disrespectful to non-Muslims. Yeah, it is, definitely. If you something you can't make up and shows there's still humor in the world, this weekend Iran and Egypt play in Seattle. This weekend is Pride weekend in Seattle. Oh, that's funny. That's going to be funny. Yeah. So restrictions already exist on anti-democratic preaching and support for banned organizations, but banning a religious practice outright could invite scrutiny over whether the state is violating fundamental protections. They're not stopping them from praying. They're stopping them from making announcements and waking everybody up at 5 a.m. Legal experts are likely to focus on whether the measure is proportionate, whether it can be justified as neutral regulations of public noise rather than restrictions aimed specifically at Islam. No other religion does this. That's like if they had a religious belief to, I don't know, let's think, sleep with goats or something, and you say you can't do that. They go, oh, you're infringing on my religion. Or to chop people's heads off. You say, you can't chop people's heads off. You're infringing on my religion. You bet the socialist was fine with it until it started in his neighborhood? Oh, I guarantee that's what it was. He's like, we got to stop it. Banished on pain of death would work better. That would. The closest thing Christians have to is church bells on Sunday, but that's it. Yeah, that's it. Just Sunday morning they have church bells. That's it. One day, church bells. Social media reactions revel deep divide over the religious beliefs. Could you count the ringing of church bells as a call to prayer? No, I don't think so, because I don't think so. Because it's just bells ringing. That's it. There's just a bell ring, ring, ring. That's it. It's not like amplified. This is amplified people to spread miles and miles and miles. Amplified sound. You know, you could just, what they could do is just say no amplified sound. You could get up there, someone get up there and yell if you want, but that's it. I don't need church bells to know it's time for services. That's right. They should send out the call to prayer over message via alert on their phones. Yeah. What is a moniker? Well, so reaction has been swiftly polarized. Many X users backed the proposal, arguing that public prayer broadcasts are unnecessary in modern society. Several said smartphones and alarms have rendered loudspeaker calls obsolete, with one user writing that in the digital age, no one needs to be called on a tannoy. Others frame the issue of one cultural integration and noise pollution while calling for similar laws in Western countries. Yes, bowing towards Mecca in the street is meant as a symbolic takeover. Yeah, that's why they do it. Put bacon on the grill, dogs in the yard. That's right. That's right. Critics, however, describe the proposal as discriminatory and warn it can infringe on religious liberty. Some argued that banning the call to prayer amounted to a violation of human rights and freedom of religion, while others accused Danish politicians of embracing populism instead of addressing broader integration challenges. They can always go home. They should just go to Mecca and live there. Then it wouldn't be a problem. The debate reflects broader European tension over where governments should draw the line between preserving secular public space and protecting religious expressions. As Denmark weighs its next move, the question is likely to remain at the center of the political storm. Yeah, and it's not just going to be for there. It's going to be for a bunch of places. It's going to be for a bunch of places. Oh, wow. This is, what's this guy's name? He's, I want to do this. Jocko is his name.
Good evening. It is a miracle that we are celebrating 250 years of America. And in many ways, it's a miracle that America even exists at all. Because since day one, we have had the odds stacked against us. starting at the very beginning, when we declared independence from Great Britain, the world's most powerful empire. And then we had to fight them. Now, the British had more men, more guns, more ships, but we had something the British did not have. You see, the British soldiers and officers, they were subjects of the king.
Thanks, Glenn.
But we would bow to no man. Our forefathers knew that there was something more important than king and crown, something more important than safety or substance, an ideal more important than life itself. The founders of our country, for them, the most important thing was freedom. All men created equal, endowed by our Creator with the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that ideal, it gave us something the British military leadership did not take into account. We had a will to win unlike anything they had ever seen before. And because of that will, we did win. And that victory of these free and united states over the British crown, that victory unleashed a force which to this day has been completely unmatched in the world.
Jocko Willink.
That freedom that we fought for, the freedom to speak, to protest, to worship, the freedom to protect ourselves, our families, and our property, the freedom to work, to risk, to build, the freedom to achieve.
That's right, the freedom to achieve. And one of those achievements came from Carino with $10 on PayPal. So that means, folks, we're just $10 away, $10 away from adding one additional hour to the show. The first additional hour could be of many, or it could be the only one. Pork rib barbecue is really good. It is. Yes, that's Jocko Willink. He was former SEAL team, like command. I think he was like a commander, like a leader, like a lieutenant commander or commander or something like that, or captain. I don't know, something. I'm thinking of going into a mosque, eating a BLT. Yeah, what you should do is to celebrate freedom. Yeah, so we're just 10 away, just 10 away, 10 away, 10 away, just 10 away.
And our spirit turned America into the most powerful nation the world has ever known. But that power was not built by the government. It was not built by the state. It was not built by the bureaucracy. America was built by freedom. The freedom for Americans from any background to chase their dreams, turn those dreams into reality, and be rewarded for their effort. And our work ethic, our creativity, our will to win, and freedom itself have made America's rise undeniable. But there is one more important ingredient that allowed America to overcome the odds and become the greatest nation on earth. Without this last vital ingredient, America would not and could not exist. That final ingredient is blood. The blood of our patriotic servicemen and women. You see, the men and women of our military, They swear an oath, a commitment, that if need be, they will sacrifice their lives, sacrifice their liberty, and sacrifice their happiness for us, for our freedom. And for 250 years, our military has held the line against darkness, against tyranny, against evil, against fanatics determined to die for their cause. But we are determined to live and fight for our cause, the greatest cause of all, freedom. And that is the true strength of America. So, as we celebrate 250 years of freedom, let us remember the sacrifices that have been made and will be made to protect it. We must remember those brave people who are not only soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, but who were also fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, brothers and sisters, who had plans and hopes and dreams, and they had goals and they had ambitions, and yet they sacrificed all of that. They sacrificed everything on some wretched piece of dirt, or in the raging, merciless sea, or in the unforgiving clouds above. Throughout our history, on sea, air, and land, American warriors have given their lives for our freedom. And for that, we owe them everything. And the best thing we can do to honor their sacrifice is use this sacred freedom. Do not squander 1 second. We must not merely dream the American dream, we must live it. Live the American dream. Relish our liberty and our lives. Relentlessly pursue happiness, strive and work and build and create every day for ourselves, for our family, for our country, but most of all, for them, the fallen heroes, those who gave us this gift of freedom. Remember them, honor them by living this life, this American miracle. Live it to the utmost for them.
Trump should be coming up very shortly.
May God bless those who sacrificed their lives for our freedom, and may God bless the United States of America.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please like the show. Please like the show. Hi, Jennifer.
Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on.
Wow, that was kind of moving. I didn't want to just stop in the middle of it because it's kind of a moving song and everything. You know, the Battle Hymn of the Republic. You don't want to kind of interrupt that. Kind of got to let it play. We got a one gift of from American Dreamer. Another one. Wow, she's coming in hot and heavy today. That means we're now just $4 away, folks. Just $4. Just $4 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Let's see who got this gift of membership. American Dreamer. It says that Sue Caesar received a gift of memberships. Thank you so much. Welcome to the JimTellsYou. Thank you, American Dreamer. Semi-quintennial, that's right. Glad you let it play. You enjoyed it. Well, thank you. You sang chorus. Music in high school and college is in your DNA. The tenor really stood out. So let's see. I think what are they playing now? I don't know what they're playing now, but let's see. More music and singing. Not really a song. I don't.
You guys are such good singers. Do you think you could keep it up?
All right. Well, I can't play that. That'll get me in trouble. But we're waiting to see when Trump shows up. So as soon as Trump shows up, then I will. The Mormon Tabernacle Choir does a great rendition. Yes. You almost joined the Army band. Yeah. So we'll watch. Trump's supposed to be coming on soon, so we'll watch for him to come on. And if anyone sees him come on, let me know, and we'll jump back to watch Trump speak. I'm listening, but shooting millennials on PS5, so jumping into chat between matches. Oh, okay. There you go. That's always a good thing to do. Hey, what's up? Hey, bro, I enjoyed your stream. I have some suggestions you want to share. Don't want to spam. Let's chat on Discord. Oh, okay. We'll do. Definitely. Great pipes and no singers. Yes. So, unreal. A Biden and Clinton appointed judges blocked DOJ's ability to see Michigan's dirty voter rolls. The decision makes it easier for Secretary of State Benson to steal her own governor's race. You've been alive for 20% of the time the U.S. has been a country. Wow. You played the French horns. In a 2-1 decision handed down by a U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit, Trump's Department of Justice was told it lacked the legal authority to demand Michigan's entire voter file from America's dirtiest Secretary of State. The request for full voter rolls was a central part of the ongoing UOCAVA lawsuit filed by Harmy Dillon on behalf of the Republican National Committee and the Michigan GOP. The goal was to examine the voter registration system for potential irregularities, particularly in the presence of non-citizens, including illegal aliens on the voters' rolls. Carry me home to see my kin, playing songs about the Southland. Nice to have two big oceans keeping all our enemies at distance. Unfortunately, a lot of our enemies are right here in Washington. He sounded forth the trumpet that shall never call retreat. He is sifting out our hearts of men before his judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on us. Flutophone. I was way off. Okay. Trailer Swift. It does help. It does. So Michigan's registration policies under Jocelyn Benson have made it ridiculously easy for non-citizens to vote. It has. Ridiculously easy. If non-citizens are on the voter rolls because of privacy laws that protect the status of non-citizens, something that election integrity advocates have been sounding alarm for years, and that Michigan is some of the worst ones around. Look at these heinous criminal Tren de Aragua, Tiny Rascals, Michigan. 6 non-citizens on the worst of worst criminals list are registered voters in Michigan. Wow. They know they're registered voters. That's crazy. The majority opinion was written by Judge R. Guy Cole Jr., appointed by Clinton, and Judge Mathis, appointed by Biden. Judge Nalbandian, while strong dissent was written by the Trump-appointed judge. Oh, look at that. Oh. Majority decision unduly restricts the executive branch's ability to enforce federal election laws. Well, as it does. The UOCAVA case presents serious questions about Michigan's compliance with federal requirements for military and overseas voters, and the voter rolls are essential to determining whether those rights are being protected. Judge Nalbandian argued the request for a voter file was a legitimate exercise of federal authority, because it is, and that the majority ruling improperly limits the DOJ's investigative policies. The ruling comes as Jocelyn Benson is actively campaigning as a presumed Demon Rat Party candidate for governor of Michigan. Her record as Secretary of State is likely the most litigious in the country. She has faced an astonishing 69 lawsuits related to her administration of elections. Time and time again, Ms. Benson has been at the center of serious issues related to her untrustworthy elections. Only 2 months before the hotly contested November 2020 race, Benson hit a statewide investigation into GBI strategies from clerks across the state and from the public. GBI strategies, which used the name Empower Michigan while operating a Get the Vote Out operation, was caught with unsecured semi-automatic weapons and modified pistols with silencers in their headquarters. The Demon Rat-funded group was sending boxes of fake registrations to clerks across the state from a hotel in Auburn, Michigan, with the initials EM or Empower Michigan on the return address. We are getting these voter registrations from Auburn. We received 2 stacks today. According to the Michigan State Police report, which includes one of Benson's investigators, the group funded by Senator Gary Peters and Joe Biden was sending tens of thousands of fake voter registrations by mail across the state and in person, from absentee ballot handling to voter roll maintenance to hiding how voters voted in each election, absentee or in person from the voter rolls. Benson's policies have been challenged repeatedly by Republicans and election integrity groups and concerned citizens. Joe Biden's FBI eventually swooped in and took over the investigation, saying it had become a multi-state investigation, but then didn't do nothing about it. Here's an excerpt from the police report investigating them. Benson hid from clerks and citizens. They found weapons in the funded Get Out the Vote group. The investigation, like many other election fraud cases during Joe Biden and Barack Obama's presidency, was dropped into a big black deep state hole. Despite the bans from Michigan lawmakers, the results of the case were hid from the public. Wow. So the underlying, this is ridiculous. These judges think they have, this is crazy. The underlying case, what demon rats are fighting to keep in place, further exploits the already broken system. U.S. citizens living abroad and citizens in the United States are being disenfranchised by this illegal action. People were actively pursuing an increase in overseas voters in 2024. For now, the Sixth Circuit's decision blocks broad demand for a full voter file. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. And we got 5 from America First.
Tactical assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communism is the very definition of failure.
Thank you so much, America First. That means, folks, we are now just $99 away from a second additional hour. Thank you, everybody, for your generous donations, keeping the show moving along, keeping it going. We grew our own enemies. There's no more dangerous than an enemy within. Yes. You did it. Yes, you did. Hey, Great Eagle, great to see you. Oh, looks like we got something going on over there in the Rumbles. Oh, we have 2 rants over there in the Rumbles. Let's see this. We have from Gigi's mom, $1 says, I love Bella. That was at 8:16. Wow, I missed that a long time ago. And then B Job Secure gifted 1 membership. So thank you to Gigi's mom. And then the membership went to Redneck Renegade. Well, thank you so much, B Job Secure, gentlemen, for the gifted membership. That means we are now another $6. So that means we're 93 away, folks, 93 away from adding a second additional hour to the show. Thank you, everybody. Everybody. If we could all get together, we can call for, we can't, if we get all of us together, we can form the JimTellsYou BAM. I have to be on trombone. Okay. Yes. Yesterday, yeah, Antifa members behind the ICE plot, 450 years. Yep. Redneck Renegade was gifted the membership. Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes. Membership. Thank you. Got the rash. Yes, he did. Rumble clap infections are in place. Yes. Release the tapes of Joe Biden. Yes, that's what they need to do. Rumble's going to rumble. Yes, they are. The enemy within will poison you. Patrolling the Rumbles for a few minutes. Well, thank you. Yes. Yes, thanks. Welcome to the JimTellsYou. Redneck Renegade, welcome to the JimTellsYou. All the Bidens deserve prison right next to him. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Breaking news, the Zizian trans cult member Michelle Zajko charged with the 2022 double murder of her parents. You don't say trans people kill people. Wow, what do you know? Trans people killing people. What do you know? An alleged member of the Zizian cult has been charged with double homicide. Double homicide. Trump must be running late. They're doing some kind of classical, I think, opera singer right now. Michelle Zajko is alleged to have shot Rita and Richard Zajko to death, execution style, in their Pennsylvania home on New Year's Eve 2022. Zizians are lunatics. Yes, they are. They're crazy. Trantifa cult. Yes, Jim. Crazy people will kill others. Yes, they will. Delaware County District Attorney Tanner Rouse announced during a press conference that Zajko faces charge of murder, burglary, conspiracy. Rouse said Zajko had at least one accomplice and did not act alone. Well, yeah, because it's a cult. What's a Zizian? It's a cult of Trantifas. They've killed a bunch of other people. They killed I think they killed a border patrol agent in like Maine or Vermont or something like that. And then they were like going around killing people. A member of the trans death cult, the Zizians, has finally been charged over the double murder of her parents. They were shot execution style. Zajko, who uses they, them pronouns, has been held in Maryland since February 2025 for an unrelated case. In that incident, she's charged with providing the gun used by another Zizian cult member, Teresa Youngblood, to shoot and kill a U.S. Border Patrol agent in January in Vermont. See, I was close. I said Connecticut, right? Or Maine, or did I say Vermont? I don't know. Maybe I said Vermont. Zajko has repeatedly denied killing her parents. She wrote in April 2025 open letter to the world that she didn't murder them. Instead, she accused her father of murder-suicide. Zajko has been a person of interest since their deaths. You've never heard of the Zizians? They've been called Transtifa Zizians. It's like a Z-Ziz. They're called like the Z-Zizzers. The Z-Zizzers. They've been covered by Andy No, yeah. So Rita and Richard were shot dead in their Chester Heights, Pennsylvania home. Police said a neighbor's doorbell cam recorded a voice shouting "Mom," and another voice repeatedly saying, "Oh my God." A vehicle was also recorded arriving that night. They're setting up a bulletproof shield. I bet the stage lighting looks sketchy. Okay. Zajko was living in Vermont at the time of her parents' death. It's been estranged from them for about a year prior. So the transgender, a text message attempting to reconcile just hours before she was killed. The mother sent her a text message trying to reconcile. The transgender Zizian cult is a group of individuals comprised of computer scientists who reportedly share radical extremist beliefs about gender identity, veganism, animal rights, and artificial intelligence. Members of the group have been linked to at least 6 deaths since 2022. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. There's just so many of them. We got ICE Seattle arrests 4 Mexican illegal aliens during Aurora Avenue operation as police crack down on open-air sex trafficking. Wow. Wow. Vegans are disgusting. I don't ever trust anybody who don't eat a little meat. And infiltrated the Antifa group undercover. For the record, my donation was before yours. He still hasn't seen it. Oh my God, I'm sorry, K-Bean. I'm sorry. I don't get notifications on PayPal. Thank you so much. Oh, K-Bean, I'm sorry. Here, just for you, K-Bean.
Tactical assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communism is the very definition of failure.
Thank you so much, K-Bean. I did not know that did come in earlier, and I didn't see it. That came in at 8:37, so that came in. That should have been the one. I'm sorry. But with that 10, we're now just 83 away, folks. Just 83 away from a second additional hour. Thank you so much, K-Bean, and everyone else who was so generous tonight and donated. Take away the animals and tech. That's a good idea. You were joking? No, that's okay. I didn't see it. That's my fault. That's my fault. My bad. How dare you? No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Thank you, K-Bean. Yeah. I don't get a notification when stuff comes in on PayPal and Cash App. I just have to check it. Bella's back. Yeah, she took a walk to get a little drink. So U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement during a recent targeting enforcement known for infamous open-air prostitution and drug rings, as well as suspected cartel activity, arrested 4 Mexican nationals residing illegally in the U.S., and they took them into custody.
So what happened? What happened?
Business, my friend.
Wow, that's crazy. What happened? We arresting people. That's what happened. So ICE surge. It's a hotbed of cartel activity. ICE arrested 4 illegal aliens near the Aurora Avenue and Shoreline Street in June. The apprehended subjects include Emmanuel Perez Martinez, 33 of Mexico. He's pending voluntary departure. Juan Ruiz Perez, 61 of Mexico. He will be detained at the Northwest ICE Processing Center pending return to Mexico. Jose Gutierrez Villanova, 24 of Mexico. He will be detained at the Northwest ICE Processing Facility. And Jose Gutierrez Diaz, he will be detained at the Northwest ICE Processing Facility pending voluntary departure. You found a Democrat bill you can get behind? Oh, let me see. They propose making vacant malls into housing? New Jersey lawmakers? Huh. We'll take a peek at that in a second. So, a Seattle neighborhood declares war against pimps. Oh, we saw this. This is their shooting all the pimps and stuff that's been going on there. This is a while ago. I think we saw this is from June 7th. So that's the guy. Federal local authorities surging to Aurora Avenue earlier this month following viral neighborhood protests demanding action to address sex trafficking.
Today, the Aurora community is fighting back against the pimp wars and open-air sex trafficking, demanding the city of Seattle finally take action.
I'm pretty mad right now, so I'm just going to get through this. So they say Aurora has always been like this. Not like this. They say we should have known living this close to Aurora.
Oh. So yeah, sorry. Did you pay for it? Pay for what? What are you talking about? Maybe they can reenact Dawn of the Dead on weekends. Why? What am I having? My computer is acting retarded again. I hope it doesn't crash again. The street. Oh, okay. I don't know. I think my computer's going to crash on me again. It's acting weird. So let's see. Is Trump speaking yet? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. What is going on? What the hell is going on? All right. Now, Trump is talking, and it's, of course, freezing on Rumble. All right. Hold on.
Well, thank you, Lee, and hello, Washington, and a very big hello to America.
Come on, stop it.
Thank you.
Rumble, of course, is going to start acting
10
stupid.
days from now, our country will celebrate one of the most monumental milestones in human history. We will mark 250 years of glorious American freedom.
Of course, Rumble's gonna
In
rumble.
1776,
Rumble's gonna rumble.
our
ain't it?
founding fathers met in Philadelphia and changed the world forever and ever with a thing called the Declaration of Independence. They proclaim the eternal truth that we are endowed by
This is
our
Rumble.
Creator
I don't think
with
it's
the
me,
rights
unless it's my computer.
to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We all made, and you know that, free and equal by the hand of Almighty
Is there somewhere else the White?
God.
Hold on. Let me look for the White House on let me find the White House on
those
YouTube.
timeless American principles did not just win a revolution, but they built us into the greatest, strongest, and
All right, what is happening?
most exceptional nation the world has ever known. There has never been anything like the United States of America, and together
I mean, why it worked perfectly until Trump
we are
started
making
speaking.
it
Why is that?
bigger and better and stronger and far more exceptional than ever.
It's just got to be the traffic or something. It's got to be the traffic.
The men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up.
Well, it's going to be now his song playing over, so it's going to be a problem. So here we go. Come on.
Well, thank you, Lee, and hello, Washington, and a very big hello to America. Thank you.
Sorry.
And 10 days from now, our
they're
country will
DDoSing it.
celebrate one of the most monumental milestones in human history. We will mark 250 years of glorious American freedom. In 1776, our founding fathers met in Philadelphia and changed the world forever and ever with a thing called the Declaration of Independence. They proclaimed the eternal truth that we are endowed by our Creator with the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We all made, and you know that, free and equal by the hand of Almighty God. Those timeless American principles did not just win a revolution, but they built us into the greatest, strongest, and most exceptional nation the world has ever known. There has never been anything like the United States of America, and together we are making it bigger and better and stronger and far more exceptional than ever before. Today, we have the largest economy on earth. We have the strongest military on earth. We have the most powerful technology on earth. We have the greatest culture on earth. And above all, we have the greatest people on earth. Greatest. Tonight, as we stand on the edge of our 250th year of independence, I am thrilled to declare that America is back. As you know very well, a short time ago, we were a dead country. We were dead. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're respected by everybody. Nobody's laughing at us anymore. 2 years ago, they were laughing. Now, we're the most respected anywhere. Think of it, anywhere in the world. Where were we 2 years ago? We weren't respected. We were a joke. We're not a joke anymore. Most powerful country in the world. But just like those patriots of 1776, over the past 17 months, we have taken power back from the far-off political class. They're trying to gain it back, but it's not going to happen. We have reclaimed our sovereignty, regained our liberty, restored our prosperity, and we have saved our country. In all things, we're once again putting a thing called America first. And last week, we signed a historic agreement to end the conflict with Iran, fully open the Strait of Hormuz, and accomplish what no president has ever been able to accomplish before. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. That's done. And thanks to the power and skill of the United States Armed Forces, today Iran has no Navy, no Air Force, no anti-aircraft capacity, no missile launches, no manufacturing, and their leadership has been obliterated. And for the first time in 3,000 years, we are finally going to have peace in the Middle East. We're going to have peace in the Middle East. Since the agreement, the stock market and your 401ks are skyrocketing upward, and oil prices are plummeting downward. Today, it hit a new low, and the world is a much safer place. We had to make that little journey to Iran to do what we did. Very soon, you'll be at $2.50 a gallon for gasoline. And even lower than that, just like it was before we took the nuclear weapon away from Iran, and it will be away from Iran for a very long time. Forever, really. In my first term, I rebuilt our military and created the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had the greatest economy in history. And now we are going to blow that away. We're doing better, much better than even the first term. America's 250th year is set for an economic boom, the lights of which no nation has ever seen before. No nation has ever been in the place that we are right now. In 4 long years of the last administration, which was a total disaster, they got less than $1 trillion of new investment in our country. That's less than $1 trillion in 4 years. In my first 11 months, we secured commitments for $19.1 trillion of new investment from all over the globe, and they're building factories and plants, and they're building everything all over our country. The stock market has set 73 all-time record highs since the election, and more Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Thank you. On the 4th of July, 1 year ago, I signed the largest tax cuts in American history, the largest spending cuts in American history, and the largest regulation cuts in American history by far. In the American Revolution, they had a saying, no tax on tea. But with the great big beautiful bill, we did even better. We gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And we also made interest on auto loans. You go out and buy an automobile, the interest on the loan is fully tax deductible, never happened before, but only if the car happens to be made in America. And we're setting records in automobile construction. Our country is strong again, our country is wealthy again, and our country is safe again. In January 2025, we inherited the worst, most dangerous, most wide open and insecure border in history. And we have quickly turned it into the strongest, most secure border in the history of our country. For the past 13 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted into the United States. 0. We're removing murderers, gang members, drug dealers, and dangerous criminals by the thousands. They came in through a ridiculous open border. I want to say a very special thanks to all of the men and women who have helped liberate America from this scourge, the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol. You are heroes. You are heroes. With the help of our law enforcement heroes, in 2025, we achieved the largest drop in the murder rate ever recorded to the lowest level in 125 years. That's the year 1900. We cut the flow of fentanyl across our border by 66%. Drugs coming in by ocean or by sea are down 97%. And Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest, most beautiful cities anywhere in the United States of America. For many years, our country was ruled by politicians who let America and its capital fall into decline and total disrepair. The city named in honor of General George Washington was turned into a national disgrace, but not anymore. Today, the homeless encampments are gone. The graffiti is gone. Since I took office, more than 50 monuments and memorials have been repaired and beautified. Dozens of statues have been cleaned and they look so nice. 22 fountains have been fixed. At Union Station, the statue of Christopher Columbus is clean and fountain. That fountain is flowing and it looks so beautiful. I just looked at it. Coming over, it is so beautiful. That white marble is nice and clean. There's no more graffiti stains all over it. The water is cascading at Meridian Hill Park. And I am personally, along with Doug and some of my friends, renovating Lafayette Square at the front door of the White House, and it's going to be beautiful and opens in a short period of time. And the reflecting pool that you've heard so much about, which is so incredible, it's been gruesomely vandalized by thugs, bad people. But soon we'll be looking as beautiful as it looked just 2 weeks ago. In fact, I looked at it just a little while ago. It looks perfect already. But we're fixing it. The vandals got to it. They've largely been caught and are being prosecuted. We can't let that happen to our country. Can't let that happen. But it looks beautiful. Under the Trump administration, America is once again a nation of self-respect, dignity, and pride. Under our leadership, America will also be a nation that dares to dream and to build again. We want to build again and dream again. The American dream is alive again. That's something that nobody thought they'd be saying when you went through that last 4 years of incompetence. For the 100th anniversary of our founding in 1876, America completed the Washington Monument, and the work began on the Statue of Liberty. For our 150th year, we built Colonial Williamsburg. Remember that, Colonial Williamsburg, how beautiful it was. For the 200th year, we built the National Air and Space Museum and renovated the United States Capitol. For our 250th anniversary, we are likewise building new monuments to American greatness to serve every future president and first lady. We're building the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world right at the White House. Right at the White House. It's going to be completed very soon. And just across the bridge in front of Arlington Cemetery, we're building a magnificent, really beautiful. This is going to be something you're going to like, a totally magnificent triumphal arch to honor the 250-year triumph of the American spirit, American military, and frankly, American competence. In West Potomac Park, we are creating the National Garden of American Heroes, featuring 250 or more statues of the greatest Americans who have ever lived. It's going to be beautiful. And next week at Freedom Plaza, we will unveil the Spirit of 76 exhibition honoring the heroes and martyrs of the American Revolution. And remember, 1776, what a time that was. Where we've come from there, what a date it is. It's a date like no other date. From Athens to Rome, from London to Paris, from New York to LA, and from all of the other parts of the world, the great civilizations of history did not wallow in aging ruins of the past. They built new cities, they created new monuments, and they forged towering legacies that still inspire the world after hundreds and even thousands of years. As America turns 250 years old, young by comparison to some, but superior to any nation that's ever been built, no matter how many years it took. We are the inheritors of these incredible traditions. We are the ones who are carrying forward the light of Western civilization, because this is the very beginning of the golden age of America. We're in the golden age. There's never been an age like this. There's never been an age like this. This anniversary is a time to be proud of our past, but it is also a time to lift our sights, expand our ambitions, and raise our expectations of what America can be. We will leave our children nothing less than the richest inheritance, most advanced civilization, and highest standard of living in human history. There's never been anything like it. But with all of that being said, the best is yet to come. Best is yet to come. I'm very pleased to be joined tonight by our great Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Mike, thank you. Stand up, Mike. He's been great. Attorney General Todd Blanche.
Well, he's acting Attorney General, not Attorney General. Thank you so much, Jonah Finn, for the dollar. With that dollar, that means we are now just $82 away from adding a second additional hour to the show. My bad. I'm gonna redo the goal on YouTube in a second while this is cross me off the Fed watch. No problem. You're crossed off. So let's get back to Trump.
Thank you. Secretary of the Interior, who works with me so hard on the monuments and the fountains. He loves it like I do. Doug Burgum. Doug, thank you very much. Secretary of Agriculture, and those prices are tumbling down. They're tumbling down. We inherited a mess. Brooke Rollins. Thank you, Brooke. Secretary of Labor, Keith Sonderling. Secretary of Transportation, you heard him, and he's great. Sean Duffy. Sean, thank you. Our wonderful Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. Secretary of Homeland Security, Mark Wayne Mullen from Oklahoma. Acting Director of National Intelligence, Bill Pulte. Thank you, Bill. FBI Director, Kash Patel. CMS Administrator, and he's doing a fantastic job, Dr. Mehmet Oz. Ambassador Monica Crowley. Thank you, Monica. And countless members, so many members of Congress. I will not go over the names. And senators, we appreciate that you're here. This is a very special night. Thank you all very much, the Senate and the House. As you know, over the past few weeks, America has been proudly hosting the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and it's setting attendance records and television rating records like never before. Who would have thought this was going to happen? They would say it's not our primary sport, but it's happening. And I want to just congratulate my friend, FIFA President Gianni Infantino. He's been fantastic to deal with, and he's very happy.
I believe I got that earlier. I don't want to say your name, but you said $10 on PayPal at like, let's see, what time was it? I believe I got it earlier and called it out. I wasn't sure who it was. I said AW. So $10, I believe. Or wait. No, I don't think I counted yours. I'm sorry. I did not count yours. I just realized that. I got 2. I'm sorry. Another 10 on PayPal from Tornado Annie. Thank you so much, Tornado Annie. I just noticed that I did not count that. So we're now 72 away. Thank you so much. 72 away from a second additional hour. Thank you for mentioning it. I would have never, I didn't notice it when I looked earlier. Did he skip saying Thune's name? I hope so. Yes, thank you.
Everything is a record. It's like having a Super Bowl every day. And I know everyone joins me in wishing Team USA good luck in their match tomorrow against Turkey in Los Angeles. Yeah. They're doing great. Every day of my administration, we're delivering one historic victory after the next for the American people. We're unleashing American energy dominance and drill, baby, drill. You remember during the campaign, drill, baby, drill. And America is now the largest producer of oil and gas on earth, larger than Russia and Saudi Arabia by far combined. And under my most favored nation agreement on drug prices, we are delivering the largest reduction in drug price history with price differences of 400, 500, and even 600%. Who would think that if you took down 0.5%, somebody said you were a genius, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800%. Nobody's seen anything like it. We had the highest drug prices in the world, and now we're going to be having the lowest drug prices in the world. And you think that was easy? It wasn't. For decades, Americans paid the highest prices. Think of that. There's never been a time where when I took this over, the highest prices, and now, just remember, you go to TrumpRx.gov and you get what you're looking for at prices so much lower that a lot of people don't even believe it's happening. We passed the largest ever investment in the United States military, more than $1 trillion. And this year, all made in the USA, we're going to be asking Pete Hegseth and General Raisin Kane and all of us, we're going to, and by the way, how good is our military? How good is our military? One week, Iran was essentially finished. In 1 hour, Venezuela was finished. And I guess we have other things in store, but we don't want to get carried away.
Thank you, Spuds. Never too early for a rally. With that, too, folks, that means we are now just 70 away, just 70 away from a second additional hour. Thank you so much. Thank you. Aren't the glowies the Fed pimp drug dealers? They could be. They could be. I mean,
recruitment for every branch of our armed forces, so importantly, is setting records. 18 months ago, we had shortages, and now we have waiting lists. We couldn't get people to join the military. None of them, none of the branches. They were all dying to get people. They couldn't. Then the thing happened on November 5th. It's called a great election victory. And from that moment on, now you can't even get into the military. We have waiting lists to get into the military and to become policemen and to become firemen. It's really fantastic what's happened. The spirit in this country is like from a different planet from what it was a year and a half ago. In a flawless and breathtaking operation earlier this year, America's armed forces captured the outlaw dictator of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, and brought him back to face American justice. One of the great military raids in history, if you remember. And here at home, we abolished DEI across the entire federal government. We don't want DEI. And we got critical race theory out of our schools. And I signed the largest expansion of school choice in history. And we have begun the process of abolishing the Federal Department of Education. Thank you, Linda. Because we're sending education back to the states where it belongs. We banned the transgender mutilization of children. And we made it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Oh. Wow. Speaking of feds, it's Joe. Our only Fed that I know is personally know he's a Fed in the chat, but he's not a bad Fed. He's one of the good Feds. Someone says, rally, let's go. Thank you so much, Joe, for the 2. That means we are now just 68 away. And I'm just kidding about him being a Fed. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much for the 2.
We got men out of women's sports. We renamed the Gulf of Mexico after 350 years. They are 100 years older than we are. We named the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, and restored the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it belonged. And tonight, right here on the National Mall, we are beginning the most unforgettable birthday party any country has ever seen. Oh, you're going to have a good time. You're going to have a good time. This evening, it's my honor to officially kick off the celebration with the Great American State Fair. It's going to be great. It's going to be unbelievable. So from today through July 10th, this event will showcase all 56 states and territories. There will be no military flyovers. And I want to tell you something, because they're going to be beyond flyovers. There'll be something like you've never seen. You get just a little tiny glimpse of it tonight. By the way, how good is our Air Force? How good is our... Nobody's ever seen those planes. They are serious planes. When the bad guys see those planes coming, they say, we give up. But we're going to have special performances, patriotic music, high-tech demonstrations, unique exhibitions, a FIFA fan zone, which is great, and it really has been big stuff, and even an old-fashioned rodeo. I love rodeo. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. Then on July 4th, we will have the greatest show of all on the National Mall. Your favorite president will be speaking. So please show up. Because if we have 2 empty seats, you know what's going to happen? The fake news is going to say, he didn't fill out the arena. No, I'll be speaking. I'll be very proudly speaking as we ring in our 250th year with the largest fireworks display in world history. 10 times larger than any that we've ever done in Washington or in the United States. So if you like fireworks, then in August, we're going to have what's called the Patriot Games, a first of its kind competition featuring the greatest high school athletes from all across the United States. And applications are open through July 10th. These are the best athletes in the country, young athletes. And soon thereafter, we'll have a Freedom 250 Grand Prix right here in Washington around the Capitol. That's the great Roger Penske. Roger Penske. It's going to be an Indy race that they've been trying to get.
Indy race.
We've been trying to get it for 29 years. We came to Washington over 200 times. And with you as president, we came here half an hour and it was done. So we're going to have Indy wrapping around the Capitol down Pennsylvania Avenue. It's going to be amazing. It's in August. In conclusion, 250 years ago, a new nation was founded by farmers and soldiers, shopkeepers and tradesmen who stood strong to defend their rights, their families, and their freedom from tyranny across the sea, from every city and town, from the mountains and valleys, from the backwoods and rocky shores. They came by the thousands to fill the ranks of American patriots and enlist their lives in the righteous cause of independence. That's what they did. This exceptional nation was forged and won by some of the bravest, toughest, strongest, most extraordinary people ever to stride the earth. Together we stand on the shoulders of incomparable heroes such as George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, John Paul Jones, John Hancock at Lexington and Concord, Brooklyn and Saratoga, Trenton and Yorktown, and at Independence Hall in Philadelphia. These real-life legends and American icons poured out their blood, sweat, and tears and risked everything they had to purchase and to live the most priceless and glorious inheritance of any people ever to be on this earth.
Wow, ever to be on this earth. Cat, we all just get along, says, have a great night, everyone, especially the good puppy Bella and Himbo. Himbo? Oh, man. I mean, I'm kind of complimented by that, because a himbo is somebody who's highly attractive, but then a himbo is also somebody who's not smart. So I don't know. Is that, I mean, thank you for thinking I'm as good looking to be a himbo, but I think maybe you just misspelled it and it's supposed to be Jimbo. And since the J and the H are right next to each other, I think it's a misspelling. So I'll just take it as it was a misspelling and it was supposed to be Jimbo. And you don't think I'm good looking. The Recs are going to be awesome to watch. Yes, they will. Oh, it's taken forever to pull stuff up, man. Yes. Good night, Jennifer. Have a nice night. Yes. Have a great night. I meant Jimbo. Okay. Good. But I'm good looking, right? Mm-hmm. Jimmy, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, Silver VTech? How you doing? Great to see you.
They all lived by the oath that Patrick Henry made immortal: give me liberty or give me death. For 250 years, every generation of Americans have taken up this same call to freedom, from the storied alleys of Boston to the streets of Philadelphia, from the golden fields of Michigan to the gleaming shores of California, and from Texas to Florida to right here in now beautiful and extremely safe Washington, D.C. Our American ancestors fought and won the most vicious battles. They explored and settled the most dangerous frontiers and let no challenge ever break their spirit or their pride. They were proud to be Americans. They love our country. They look down on us now. They love our people. Americans crossed the Great Plains, scaled the mighty Rockies, tamed the Wild West, and turned this continent into industrial powerhouses like nobody has ever seen. We laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built the great highways, invented the airplane, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism. We're going to have to do that again. And led humanity into space. And we did it all in the span of just 250 years. Now we are expanding the glory of American freedom into into a horizon that's never been seen before. We've never reached so high as we're reaching right now. This is our heritage. This is our history. And this is the destiny of America, to be the greatest, most incredible country ever to grace the earth. We are one people, one nation, marching into one magnificent future under our great American flag that we love and respect so much. And tonight we prepare to enter our 250th year. We are more determined than ever to remember these phrases. You've heard them many times before. We will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, America. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that's Trump speaking. That's great that he spoke there. All right. We got a bunch of news stories. America First says, look, K-Bean, I'm no Fed. I don't need to be attacked because I don't really want to return fire upon you. Calling others Feds is BS. I don't know who's all right. I don't know who's a Fed. I don't care. I don't know. All right. I know America First was what used to be called Trumpinator. He's been here in the chat since I had like 400 subs, like before I was even monetized. He's been a member for 10, 11 months, at least maybe a year since I first got memberships. If it's a Fed, I would just say that that's a lot of dedication for the federal government to start watching a channel that had like 400 subscribers or something like that at the time. I don't even know. It's been a long time. He's been around. He changed his name to America First. Maybe about, I don't know, 4 months ago, 5 months ago from Trumpinator, but he's been around. So I mean, if I had a wager, I would say if that's the Feds, then they're definitely wasting our tax money like crazily. The earthquake link has more videos. Yeah, I know. We're gonna get to that. There was also an earthquake in yes. You're a Fed. Yes, I'm a Fed, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm the Fed. Yes. Jim is in the crossfire. Making Jim read your Fed statements is such a Fed move. Oh, okay. Now you guys are messing with me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, look, we got a CIA guy over here on in Kick now. So there was, yeah, I know. Yeah. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Be a pepper. Drink Dr. Pepper. Oh, hey, what's up? What's up? We like Feds, yes. What's up, Neil? We love the federal government here. You miss segregation. That's great. Yes, we love the federal government. Yeah, I'm fed, sick and fed up. So there was an earthquake today, and in California too. Northern California has been struck by a 5.6 magnitude earthquake. That's like right there's the bay, right? Isn't this the bay right here? Rumble, ready to rumble. So I don't know. It doesn't look like it was at 5.6 is not that major. It's a shaker, but not that bad. All right. And then buildings in Caracas collapse after the powerful earthquake. We're going to go back a little bit. Oh, crap. I was supposed to do this one. We'll do this after this. All right. So, turn off the lights. I just realized something. That's you guys remember that song? What was it? Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. So Vanilla Ice was a Fed. Wow. A powerful 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck Venezuela. Minutes later, they reported an even larger 7.5. So 7.1 was at the epicenter, and then a 7.5. Wow. Tsunami advisory. There's supposed to be videos here. So here's some videos.
Este se vino abajo. Este se vino abajo. Y hay un incendio grande en la parte.
Wow. Wow. Another video here. Massive damage. Hey, it's Tony Danza. What's up, man? I loved you on Who's the Boss. Something's going on with the internet. Or it's either the internet or it's my computer. I don't know. Or it's their video. I don't know. Maybe it's their video. I don't know. You're more of a Taxi fan? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. Yeah, we do have this also. I guess we'll be paying to rebuild Venezuela now and Iran too. So here, we did have this. Why didn't that work? It's StreamYard. Okay, sorry. My computer crashed again. Very interesting. So it's going to take me a second to load everything back up. Okay, sorry. My computer crashed again. Very interesting. So It'll take me a second to load everything back up. What the fuck? Okay, sorry. My computer crashed again. Very interesting. So it'll take me a second to load everything. Who was sending N bombs in the chat? Oh. What happened? Someone was trying to send N bombs in the chat. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Extra camera. Sorry, this is gonna take me a minute. All right. What happened? No, it was no, it wasn't. What happened was I saw you timed out, Joe, you timed out American Dreamer by mistake. I saw you time her out, so I fixed it and set it from whatever to like just 10 seconds so she'd come right back. So Jim's been replaced by the new and improved. I don't know what's going on. If it's I don't know what's happening, but my computer is getting retarded. Let me try to fix this. Oh man. You deleted them? All right. Yeah, somebody let me look what happened here. Yeah. I went on my phone to try and that was so weird. I went on my phone. He posted the N-word. How could somebody post the N-word? How is that even possible? How is it even possible to post the N-word? You were trying to donate and it kept blocking you. I don't know what's going on. I think there's something wrong. Someone's hacking your computer. Something's going on. He kept posting the N-word. I don't know how that's even possible to do on YouTube. I didn't think that was allowed on YouTube. No. Yeah, I was trying to log on my phone to tell you guys my computer crashed. And then I saw that American Dreamer was timed out. I'm like, what? And I'm like, no. And so I don't know. Anyway, exciting night. Night letters. No, don't leave. Thank you for the 10. Thank you so much. That means we're 53 away. What is happening? Nothing is working. Everything is like screwed up. I think the US might be under like some kind of like a cyber attack or something going on. Oh, one letter per post. Oh, he was doing a tower. All right. All right. Okay. All right. I understand. Solar flare is something. What is happening? Why is it doing that? You think there was just an earthquake in Japan too? Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Don't let him come back. I won't let him come back. I'm trying to find him to ban him. I can't see him in the chat anywhere. Let me see if I can find him in the chat. This Tony Danza guy. I think that worked. I think that worked. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you for the 10. All right. Whenever you're late, something weird happens. I'll never try to be late anymore. Well, thank you. Yes. 7.5 earthquake. Multiple buildings collapse in Caracas. No. Tony came in and said, "Hey kids, next post was I have a huge hog. I called it out right away." Well, I should have seen it coming. I don't know. I know some people want to play games. I don't know, but yeah. So buildings collapse. We were looking at some of these videos before. Did we play any of these videos? I think we did. We played these. The building. Yeah. Yeah. We played this one and we played this one. Here's another one showing people at the airport.
Ya. Ya, por. Afuera que tenemos. No sale de allá. Hermano, no. Fuera más peligroso, hermano. Por allá. Señores, al puerta 4. Por allá.
Wow. That's crazy. That was the airport, man. Wow. That was the airport. And we got another one. Several people were injured when a 5.6 magnitude quake shook Northern California. So this is Northern California.
The 5.6 magnitude earthquake shook Mendocino County so hard that items inside this grocery store flew off the shelves.
I've been here for 22 years. It's just never seen something like that before.
Seismologists say it's the biggest quake to strike the area in nearly 9 decades. There were some reports of injuries, but no deaths. And there's no major damage to infrastructure, but thousands lost power.
The house was rolling, dude.
And scientists fear something larger may be looming. A new study finds the San Andreas and San Jacinto faults in Southern California.
This is in California now. This is the one. There was so far today alone, there was the 2 earthquakes in Venezuela. There was one in California, and then there was the one in Japan. There was another one in Japan, a big one. So it's crazy. Prayers for Venezuela. Just when their country was starting to get restored, they have an earthquake. Your computer crashed too and had to reboot? That's wild.
Have reached their highest stress levels in 1,000 years, raising concerns about the possibility of a large earthquake hitting the area.
So it's going to take a big one down here in Southern California to alleviate that built-up stress.
That's correct. The USGS models forecast that in the next 30 years, there's about a 20% chance of a damaging earthquake on those faults.
Now, with this particular quake in Northern California, seismologists say aftershocks could be felt for days, and there is a very small chance that this is a foreshock, meaning an even larger earthquake could fall.
Yes,
Tony?
right.
Let's hope not.
That's quite possible. Yeah. Uzelian's saying that the 7.5 was an aftershock. But technically, wouldn't the 7.1 be a foreshock? Where's it at? Technically, one earthquake in Venezuela and a large aftershock. Well, technically, the 7.1 would be a foreshock because it was 2 separate things. It was a 7.1 and a 7.4. But an aftershock is another earthquake. It's just generally usually have smaller ones, or they could be if you have a large one, then you might have some smaller ones afterwards that are aftershocks, but they're still earthquakes. And then the 7.1, and then there was a larger one after. That wouldn't be the aftershock. That would have been the main quake. The larger one would be the main and the 7.1 would be a foreshock. But usually they're not that close together. Mm-hmm. Oh, Derek says, had a YouTube milestone tonight, $4,000, 4K watch time. Thanks to everyone who came and hung out with you and Julio. No problem, Derek. Glad you guys are doing good over there. Did I ever find Tony Danza to ban him? I was able to ban him, I think, on StreamYard. I was able to find him on StreamYard. So I think I banned him. If I see him again, I will definitely. It's the Ring of Fire, definitely. They would have to be on the same fault line. Yeah, well, to be a foreshock aftershock, but I'm saying like the one in the one in Venezuela was definitely, one was a foreshock, one was an after one. Check those seismograph readings. Well, I'm not gonna get all of that, but when an earthquake that rolls is less dangerous than one that shifts back and forth, if that helps. Yeah, like I lived in California for a while. Pelosi's having a tantrum. I grew up on San Andreas Fault on the east side of the bay. That was just a little one. So a 5.6 is not a big one, really. It can cause some damage, but as far as they go, that's not really a big one. Like this, it's got to be up in the 7s for them to really take some damage. What is sinkholes? Sinkholes are a major problem in Florida and other places. It's just basically like the ground opens up and sucks stuff in. So, hey, Duck Fat, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So that's that. And then this was something I was supposed to play before. This is the B-2 bombers fly over the state fair thing. There's a B-2. Wow. Great American thing. Wow. And of course, Rumble's going to act stupid. Well, cameraman did kind of a shitty job there. Okay. And then over a dozen wild Carnival cruise passengers banned after massive Miami brawl that sent luggage flying. Do we anyone want to if anyone wants to guess who this might be? Oh, this is this is going to be the usual suspects. They're just trying to get us all ready for the tsunami that's coming. You know. Oof. I'm trying to find it here. Oh, damn it! I apologize to everybody. I'm having like crazy issues with my with my computer tonight. Zillion says it was the blacks. Yes. Nothing seems to be working tonight. So my apologies to everyone. Let's see. A massive brawl of
Hey, move. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out, watch out. I need my shoes.
Okay, why are they in their pajamas? Anybody explain to me why these people are in their pajamas? Like, were they taking naps or something? Education is indoctrination today. Ebonics are proof of this. I mean, but why are they in their pajamas? Can anyone explain that to me? Why they're in their pajamas? I just don't get it. Why they bees in their pajamas? I don't get it. Why they're in their pajamas? Shit. What's up, Carmelo? Anthony, how you doing? Hey, look at that. That's Anthony Cumia. I sent a message to Anthony Cumia. I told him that he better be Carmelo Anthony Cumia for Halloween. Mm-hmm. PJs are comfy. But yeah, but you're not supposed to wear them like out in public and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It would save billions if one of these sank. Oof. Oof. Mm. You think it's Tony Danza? Carmela is Tony Danza? I don't know. Carmelo, this is how blacks travel. Well.
I need my shoes. Let me get my shoes. What's the matter? See right here. Let's go.
There's a baby over here. There's a baby over here. Wow. That's crazy. 16 would-be vacationers were banned from Carnival cruises after a massive brawl in the Florida customs section. Wow. Knockdown, drag-out fight would involve more than a dozen people of all genders throwing wild punches. Wow. Sending stanchions and luggage flying at the customs checkpoint. The fracas between two feuding families, local law enforcement told. I mean, these are people wearing their pajamas. Was it on Juneteenth? Probably. Mm-hmm. Hey, Wuhan Fried Bat, what's up? How you doing? Great to see you. Well. This is why we can't have nice things. Yes. Oh, no arrests were made or charges pressed. Colby says that's their Sunday finest, those pajamas. Well, I'm just saying. I'm about to skip the line. One bystander watching a flurry of bodies. And it's the second big-time brawl in many months on the cruise line. Two women were charged in May for assault after getting in a fight aboard a Carnival ship on their way back to Alabama. Lisa Horace and Tanya Nelson began slapping each other around after one accused the other of being in a wrong line. I'm sorry that we're here, Nelson told the judge. Carnival cruises attract a wide variety of guests. Yeah, they attract a wide variety of guests. They're a very diverse group of guests on Carnival cruises. Very diverse. Very diverse. Very diverse group. Very diverse group. Hey, Muffin Rando, great to see you. Hey, Spuds, take care. Have a nice night. Thanks for stopping by. Who paid for the trip? Probably U.S. taxpayers. Probably. What's this say? They're going to cause a big explosion on the east coast of Florida so we're all prepared for tsunami to wipe out the winter White House. This is my prediction for a few years. Wow. That would be that'd be crazy. They'll blame it on Russia, probably. Blame it on Russia. Wow. And then this story someone sent me, which I thought was very interesting. It says New Jersey lawmakers weigh a bill that would convert vacant malls into housing.
House that would make it easier to convert unused retail or office space into housing. News 12 New Jersey's Kristen Quayle tells us how it would work and what it could mean.
Okay, so it's not just Rumble. It's like the whole internet or my computer. Something going wrong with my computer. Which it better not be my computer. Holy shit, it better not be my computer. But everything is taking forever to load. Let me try this. I don't know what's happening here. I don't have that many tabs even open. What is going on?
Unused retail or office space into housing. News 12 New Jersey's Kristen Quayle tells us how it would work and what it could mean for communities around the Garden State.
It's a trend that's picked up around New Jersey.
Oh, man. All right, I guess I can't watch this.
It's a trend that's picked up around New Jersey. In the last several years, shopping centers or office buildings closing up and several years. Shopping centers or office buildings closing up and
What is happening?
Shopping centers or office buildings closing up and
All right, so I guess we're just going to read the story. A proposed bill would make it easier to convert malls into houses. Your internet does this sometimes. Yeah, but it's gonna really it's really aggravating me. I don't know if it's my internet or I think it's my computer. I really do. Is it StreamYard? I don't honestly, I don't think it's StreamYard. I think it's my computer. Something's going on with my computer. Just started acting like weird, like everything, no matter what it is taking like time, like extra time to do something. Like, I don't know if it's by something going wrong with my memory, my computer memory or something, or like if
developers converting them into spaces that include shops, offices, and housing. But to do
like it's not the buffer or something is messed up because the video keeps doing that. Yes, my $11,000 computer that's not even a year old. Yes.
these conversions, you have to go through a lengthy zoning process. State Senator Benji Wimberly is a sponsor.
All right, we're gonna. I don't know. That's something is messed up here. Construction at Transfer, the Monmouth Mall, began in 2024. Plans to redevelop East Brunswick Mall were approved earlier this year. They're saying they're 200,000 units short of housing needs in New Jersey. Your PC is acting up too. I'm wondering, is something going on? I mean, was there some kind of YouTube up or Microsoft update that I'm not aware of? Yours does it if it's updating. Well, that's what I'm looking to see what's going on here. Well, it says I'm only using like 16% of my RAM right now, so that's what I don't understand. What's going on? Because it's not even it's not even I don't know. Windows did a big update yesterday. Yeah, go figure. Or today. That's probably what's going on. Something screwed up. What? RW Stifle says, this is AF. I was timed out by K Bean. Please address this. Thanks. That what? Well, thank you for the 5. You're a mod. How could you get timed out? Well, thank you for the 5. I don't even know how you could get timed out. You're a mod. How could you get timed out? You got a 9950 X3D, a 5090, and 96 gigabytes. See, I've got a 9950 X3D, a 5090, and 128 gigabytes of DDR5. So I don't know. I have a bug. It seems like it. No, I have a fully custom Origin, completely liquid cooled. It's all liquid cooled. I don't know, but this is like, hold on a second. What is going on? I don't, how did this even happen? What is going on? Anyway, I didn't think mods could time out other mods. I didn't think that was possible. Is that even possible? I didn't think you could time out a mod. I didn't think that was possible. Anyway. If your feed is fine, it's in our end. In our end. All right, so it's just my computer. Okay, it's my computer. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, and then we got this sickening TikTokers are doing Austin boppers, dance and reenacting teens murder by Carmelo. This is crazy. Why would they do this? Netizens are gleefully dancing about the death of slain teen Austin Metcalf in a sick online trend. Supporters So why isn't it loading? Why isn't it loading the pictures? There's something going on where it's not preloading. Is it Google Chrome? Is it something with Google Chrome? Why wouldn't Google? Something's going on here. It's not loading the pictures or nothing. Happy Juneteenth to the Metcalf family. Read the caption. The internet is roiled in outrage since Anthony's first-degree murder conviction. I'm not going to play the video of him doing it because I don't. These people doing whatever they're doing with the knives and stuff. That's disgusting. Metcalf supporters dismissed Anthony as a violent thug. Well, I'm just, what the fuck? I'm going to try to ignore whatever's happening in the computer for right now because it's screwing up the show and I don't want you guys to sit here and watch me try to figure out what's wrong. So this is gross. That's gross, whatever they're doing. That's gross. And we got this story. We got a trans identifying male killed by cops after stabbing customer at a Colorado Dairy Queen. Huh. A transgender identifying male accused of stabbing a customer at a Colorado Dairy Queen was shot by law enforcement after fleeing the scene and crashing into multiple vehicles. The incident occurred on Friday at around 6:30 p.m. when police were called. When officers were called to a person with a knife. The Grand Junction Police Department confronted the suspects, who has since been identified as a 31-year-old Patty Wilson. But it's a man. How is it Patty? Is that like an Irish guy? Patty? Oh, Patty O. Wilson? Patio Stereo? Something like that? All right. Ooh, thanks, Joe. You'll leave this channel. What do you've been here a long time, man. I'll leave this channel because the treatment is okay. I won't be back. I don't know what I did. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how it was possible for you to be even timed out. And I don't know. I didn't think it was possible for a mod to time out another mod. There's another huge fire in Pennsylvania right now. The fuck? I don't know. It's telling me there couldn't. I don't know. I ran that, Joe, and it's telling me there's some kind of things that it can't fix right now. Anyway, all right. I ran that and it said there was items, some kind of CBS some kind of CBS file that couldn't be fixed. Oh. I sent a screenshot showing mods can be blocked by mods. Yeah, I mean, a mod could block another mod from themselves seeing it, but it shouldn't affect them in the chat. I didn't think that was possible, is what I'm getting. I don't know. The situation escalated after Wilson became belligerent over soda and had earlier failed to pay for food. He then brandished a knife and stabbed a customer who was trying to defend the employees. Wilson was described by multiple callers as a male. However, the sheriff's office investigation found that Wilson preferred to be referred to as a female. Wow. No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to do something later tonight when I get off my computer. You're having a Microsoft software issue somewhere. Yeah, it's a CBS log file. Yeah, that's what it said. CBS log file. What the fuck is that? It said it couldn't fix it, couldn't repair it. Anyway, the suspect fled in a vehicle, crashed into another vehicle while exiting the business parking lot. The suspect vehicle eventually stopped after striking multiple vehicles. And then at the intersection, 2 other individuals were taken to the hospital, one with knife wounds, another with injuries due to the car crash. All right. The sheriff's office said after the investigation is ongoing, Wilson was referred to as a female, but not a male due to Colorado law that prohibits misgendering. What a joke, misgendering. They're worried about misgendering. More of a sausage, less like a patty. Oh, wow. They also reported witness described him as having mental problems. I found out my niece knew the guy. He has mental problems, so she knew him. I mean, I guess she talked to him once in a while. Wow. Wow. And it's like taking forever to load any of my stuff. Like everything's spinning. Like nothing is loading. Trump declares national emergency, demands housing overhaul bill be scrapped and SAVE Act push. That's right. The Congress had passed a bipartisan act, bipartisan housing bill, and Trump is saying that we're not going to sign it. We're not going to do anything with it. We're not going to do anything with it until the SAVE Act comes with it. Yeah, okay. This is going to take forever, isn't it? This is wow. Wow. This is brutal. This is brutal. All right, maybe we'll try this one then. See if this one works. Is this just going to spin too? Well, look, it's just spinning. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Bill on Capitol Hill today, unless Congress passes his voting bill mandating photo IDs in order to cast a ballot. Frustration is already growing among President Donald Trump abruptly canceled the planned signing of a rare bipartisan housing bill on Capitol Hill today, unless Congress passes his voting bill mandating photo IDs in order to cast a ballot. Frustration is already growing among GOP senators over Trump's diversion from the party's agenda. CBS's Jared Hill has details from New York.
President Trump posted on Truth Social he's canceling the planned signing of a bipartisan housing bill today that aims to increase availability and lower costs, holding out until Congress passes his voting bill.
It has been stuck in the Senate, and here's why. Because no Democrat in the House or Senate will vote for the Save America Act.
He could be over here trying to claim a victory lap, and instead he's saying, no.
The concurrent motion is agreed to.
Tuesday, 4 Republicans joined Democrats in a symbolic resolution to limit President Trump's war powers in Iran.
Americans got worse than nothing from this war. We're worse off.
The Pentagon is asking for $80 billion to cover the war's cost ahead of Trump's lunch meeting with Senate Republicans today.
I expect a much higher return than just getting back to where we were with different language.
Hello, Pennsylvania.
Speaking at a rally in Pennsylvania Tuesday, the president touted success in negotiations with Iran.
We're leaving them without any nuclear capacity, and they've agreed to that, and we're getting along quite well.
But the finer points over Iran's nuclear program are still unresolved and even disputed, with Iran claiming it has not agreed to international inspectors.
They're wrong. They know they're wrong.
The president is also looking ahead to this evening's rally on the National Mall, kicking off a week of America 250 festivities, though the saga of the $14 million rehabilitation of
this is fucked.
The reflecting pool continues to hang over him.
They've arrested, I think, 6 people on the reflecting pool. So,
wow,
the reflecting pool looks fantastic.
The Department of the Interior says additional fencing will go up to prevent further damage. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
This is Naomi.
Wow. I got to apologize to everybody. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my computer. But I apologize to everybody. I'm having massive issues here. So I haven't been looking at the chat. I got to tell you guys right now, I've been trying to fix what's going on. I don't know. So it's, I don't know. But I think I'm going to call it for the evening. We didn't hit the goal for the other hour anyway, but I'm going to call it for the evening simply because I got to fix what's going on here with my computer and figure out what the deal is. So I apologize. I will see everybody tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be fixed and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks everybody. Thank you for all the donations. Thanks everybody who was here. Please hit like, please subscribe, and please come back tomorrow for Jim to tell you the news.